The following program contains adult language and juvenile conversations. Listener discretion is advised.
Okay, boys and girls, we're going to do this quick and easy, wet and sleazy. Next Friday at the Parkview Room in Worcester, we at Trick or Treat Radio, we're going to be entertaining the masses in front of you, the audience. And come on down, bring the kids. They'll learn a few things. And the day after that, or the night after that, rather, Saturday, we are going to be at the Bull Mansion where the Deadites are going to be performing. And also, we're also going to be looking at Survival of the Film Freaks. So come on down. Once again, bring the kids. They're going to learn something. Have a drink with us. Come on down. We're going to have a blast in Worcester next weekend. So welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 349 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and we also start a little late because we were running late, because I was running late. It's this whole fucking domino effect, but we just did a little Wednesday Night Wars action with our bud Bill by Force over on Outside the Cinema, and now we are here. We're Trick or Treat Radio. So joining us for this fucking special occasion, the WrestleMania edition, the 10th edition of the Wednesday Night Wars, we're joined now by our good bud, Bill by Force.
All right. We need more blondes in the ring. Let's do it.
So, Bill, we just had a long conversation. Well, you guys talked longer than I did because I was late. But talked about top 6 favorite wrestling matches. So it was a lot of fun. So when can people hear that? Is that a Patreon thing or?
It is going to be a Patreon thing to start, but it will get released onto the feed probably in a couple weeks.
Cool.
It's cool. Goro joined us, so we had a nice little roundabout, and it was actually even though you were running late, we were able to kind of fill in the gaps pretty good, and actually had 2.5 hours of audio still. So
wow.
Yeah. Hope you like wrestling.
That's a bargain. So if anyone out there has not already subscribed to or bought into the Patreon, if you want to check that thing out early, go for it. Go
Support.OutsideTheCinema.com is the place to sign up. $5 a month gets you all kinds of fun stuff.
There you go.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So you can hear that. You can hear lots of other stuff. So
I'm really glad that WrestleMania is here.
Why? It's the greatest spectacle of all time.
Yes, and it's the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Yes. Until next year's.
Yes,
exactly. You know what it is? It's all the fucking pointing. I'm so sick of the goddamn pointing. Stop pointing. Just wrestle. Stop pointing it at that stupid sign. I'm so fucking tired of it.
Well, it's very exciting.
It's stupid. Stop pointing.
Raven Show's pointing right now.
Yeah.
Don't point at me.
Shadow there.
Baba Leo.
Oh fuck! I don't want nothing to do with that scumbag.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. I know. Because you're too Hollywood now. You're fucking
Hollywood Bill.
Hey,
Yeah.
I heard you like grapes.
Yeah.
No, pickles. It's
Oh,
pickles.
pickles. Right.
So you know, Raven Shadow, that sign doesn't mean that you actually like pickles. It means you like to suck the D.
Oh.
Listen, WWE is G-rated now. You can't have that.
No, that's not G. It's PG.
No, PG. Well,
You
know
can
what?
you can say suck the D.
Suck the D and spit out the seeds.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You still have a fucking weird dick. All right, nothing will fucking change that. And listen, by the way, I don't have fucking scurvy. So how about that?
Whoa.
I don't know why that.
Yeah, was there a fear that you did?
Yeah.
Well, because didn't, but no, it's
Do you eat your oranges?
There was a scurvy outbreak at your house?
There might be, people aren't getting vaccinated for scurvy. It's fucking dangerous.
Hey,
as a whole
let me ask you
movement.
guys this. Very important. Do you guys remember the night that Kimono Wanalea danced atop the ECW arena?
Who could forget? Yeah. The night Kimono Wanalea danced atop the ECW arena.
Then she went to WCW as Leia Meow. Remember that?
I don't actually.
No?
No.
Yeah, she went to WCW as Leia Meow.
How long was she there for?
She wasn't there for very long. I think she was paired up with Sonny Ono.
That's weird.
I
Shocker.
think. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Play into the stereotype, kid. It'll go far with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Pal, racism is fun, pal.
Dude, you guys are now going to be a Japanese gang. But sir, we're Chinese Americans. Yes, Yakuza.
Yes.
I like
Japanese.
Well, at least they were Asian in this scenario.
He was Asian.
Yeah, Tatanka, not
unlike
Native American.
Right, unlike Tatanka or Yokozuna.
Yeah, Yokozuna wasn't even Japanese.
I
He
know,
was
he
Samoan,
was
for
Samoan.
Christ's sake.
And it was like he was very Samoan.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't get past that. He had the body of a sumo wrestler, but that's as far as it got with him.
Do you guys remember the night Lex Luger danced atop the USS?
Who could forget?
Was the Mountie
Peeled off his red, white, and blue trunks.
was the Mountie Canadian?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
he
was.
was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that was Ray.
That's one
was
they
that
got
Ray-
right.
Was that was Ray Rougeau?
Was one of the Rougeau
I
brothers.
think it was
yeah.
Ray. I think it was Ray
yeah.
Rougeau.
Which one's PCO?
That was Pierre Lafitte. What
Pierre-
else? What else was he?
Pierre Lafitte. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Jacques Pierre Lafitte.
Yeah.
The pirate.
Yeah, he was the pirate. Yep.
Yeah, he's PCO now, so it's like
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen any of his matches recently,
yeah.
but like, have you watched any of his ROH stuff where he's teamed up with Marty and Brody?
King. I haven't seen too much of it, but I've seen a little bit of his stuff in there.
Straight up convinced that dude's going to die in the ring.
Oh, I've been saying that for years. I totally agree. He's definitely going to die in the ring.
It might be at the G1 Supercard this coming weekend at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it very well might be. But his gimmick's pretty awesome. It fits with Villain Enterprises.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If you guys have seen how PCO he's got to be in his mid
52.
Okay, I was gonna say early to mid 50s, and he wrestles like an American indie star now.
Yeah.
So he's got the body of a 50-year-old guy, but he's like trying to do all these flips and like he's dense, he's big, and he's doing like fucking flips and moonsaults, and it just like he hits hard, and I just feel he's gonna kill someone or himself.
But it's amazing to watch.
Yes, it is. It's a fucking car crash.
It's amazing to watch until somebody seriously gets hurt.
Right, exactly. Until that happens, then it won't be fun.
Burn the ships.
And everyone,
No, I'm looking up on YouTube about this guy PCO.
Yeah.
Pierre Carl Ouellet. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I call. Well, I guess he's got a documentary,
Yeah, he does. He's
and I'm looking at him, and the guy's big.
yeah.
oh, he's
Jesus.
huge.
Yeah.
He's got to be close to 300 pounds, right?
Yeah, he's got to be pushing three builds.
Jesus, look at him. Wow.
He's in good shape though. He's strong. you know?
Yeah. I mean, for 52, 53, he looks pretty good.
Yeah.
He was releasing these incredible promos on Twitter before he kind of signed to ROH, and they were just like, they were amazing because he would release like one every couple weeks, and as he was going into different big indie matches, but each one would get a little bit more unhinged.
Yeah.
And by the time he got to, I forget who he was it Joey Janela? I think he was supposed to have, he was having a match with, and just like by the last one, the guy he's not making any sense with what he's saying, and he's just like bench pressing like cinder blocks. It's just like crazy.
Yeah, smashing cinder blocks on his head or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was, smashing him on his head.
And I'm pretty sure I don't remember the trajectory, but I did see him at WrestleMania last year on Joey Janela's Spring Break, and I'm pretty sure that was kind of his coming out party because pretty much every indie booked him after that. So
Yeah,
and that it got him an ROH deal. So good for him,
for him, yeah, absolutely.
So we probably will talk a little bit about some wrestling because it is the Wednesday Night Wars. It's WrestleMania's coming up. It's the biggest wrestling weekend of the year, not just in WWE but also the Indies. and internationally as well. Now that
Jesse, you're not going to New York at all, right?
no, I'm not. I wished I had, but
No.
things are not going to allow me to.
Oh, that's all right. I'll be there and I'll be there for you.
Yeah, send me some pics.
I will.
Dick pics.
Not dick pics.
Oh,
Hey,
but
now.
what if they're Joey Ryan's?
Well, if you pay $30, sure. But
I gotta find that picture and send it to you.
you gotta tell these guys, because we talked about it on your show, but people who listen to this might not know what you're talking about.
All right. So, if you don't know the name Joey Ryan is an indie wrestling star. He's been around for a while now, but he's really the last couple of years he's become known as the guy that does the penis stuff.
Yes.
Penis suplexes and things like
What?
that.
Yeah.
Famous dick wrestler,
Yeah.
Joey Ryan.
You've never
So
heard of this guy?
No.
Oh, wait. You should see his shit, man. It's pretty funny.
No,
So
his cock. No shit.
So, hang on, Jesse. I just took a screenshot on my phone. I'm gonna send it to that. Do you have what do you have open that I could send this to you so you can show?
Yeah, Facebook's fine, I guess.
Yeah, they love that.
So he's doing like a meet and greet at WrestleCon this weekend, but there's a very specific, very specific type of meet and greet. So I just sent that over Facebook Messenger there, so you guys can check it out.
Meet
All
and
right.
greet.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a great meat.
Look at this.
Stop it.
Photo op at WrestleCon. 18 and over only.
I'm doing that at the fucking live show.
No, you're
That's the move.
I like that.
People are gonna pay you $30 to not touch it.
I like the hand that comes in.
Yeah. So let me read this to folks. He posted this on Twitter. So, and he's doing two different meet and greets. Friday, April 5th at 3:15 and Saturday, April 6th at 2 p.m. You can touch it. And next to it is a picture of someone reaching out to touch his ding dong. In trunks, of course. But
Yeah. So it says the comment he wrote, by popular request, you can touch it. Pro photo ops available at WrestleCon this weekend. Go to WrestleCon.com under Pro Photos in the menu tab to pre-order.
Stop.
he could pre-order.
Yeah, the fucking Avenger tickets, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that's going to be going for $5,000 a piece.
The fucking dick pic sold out and fucking.
I'm going to show you the
That picture is beautiful. 'cause
Wow.
I love the hand that just comes
it's
into the
great.
frame, you know?
I want that T-shirt. You can touch it. That's fucking nice.
Oh, dude, we got to do that.
We're gonna do that.
We got to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna booth.
No.
What?
No one wants to touch your thumb.
Why?
No one wants that.
All right, no, I'm not
And
saying.
don't steal his gimmick either.
All right, not $30, but like.
25.
No, don't steal his gimmick.
That's so not right, man. He's worked hard to be the penis wrestler.
Yeah.
I could tell. I could tell. It was very hard.
Here's I'm showing the guys a video of it so they can see the
This is so ridiculous.
the penis suplex.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh,
Aries-
you never seen it?
Whoa!
Aries and Mars just walked into
What
this.
What the hell is that guy doing?
You can't
Perfect
do that.
timing.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He did a penis suplex into a Canadian destroyer.
You know, I
Well, someone else did.
I am more than convinced now that wrestling is real.
You can't fake that.
He's got some amazing shirts in his Pro Wrestling Tees store too that are just like. I will give Joey Ryan credit. He got popular off of that fucking dick flip went viral, and like he knew what to do with it, and he's totally built a nice little niche for
Yeah,
himself.
good for him.
And here's the thing too, is like Joey Ryan is like he's a stand-up guy. He seems like a good dude. He was on Ron Funches' podcast a little while back, and he's a great interview, and just he knows what to do. He knows to take the time when he should and when he shouldn't, and more power to the guy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's probably making more money than some of the lower tier guys in WWE now. So
Yeah, and he's taken his money and he's put it into his own promotion because he's got that bar wrestling that he runs.
Yep.
Mr. By Force,
Yes, sir.
this is the Goth Sheik.
Very good.
And Joey Ryan can go fuck himself. Fucking
God Sheik doesn't like that.
fucking jabroni dick
How
spot
come?
having, because the black boots, black tights. No, no dick spot jabronis.
What about a little bit of black glitter? Is that okay on your black tights?
Black eyeliner.
Yeah, that's okay. What about penis liner?
Black lipstick.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're like going to do one more Joey Ryan thing before we move on. So a few weeks ago,
That picture.
God Sheik doesn't like this.
No, this is terrible.
he did a match at Bar Wrestling with Penelope Ford, who is Joey Janela's girlfriend and works with him. But so one of Joey Ryan's finishing maneuvers is he pulls a blow pop out of his shorts and puts it in his opponent's mouth. But she got a hold of the blow pop, beat the shit out of him, and then turned him around and stuck that blow pop where the sun don't shine in the middle of a match.
Nice.
There's an amazing GIF of it online if you can find it.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. by Force.
I know, I get it. You don't like Joey Ryan. He insolent,
That's
make him
not.
humble, whatever.
That's not wrestling. That's not the wrestling.
Sure it is.
No, it's not. That's a foolish.
God Sheik, what's your top 6 wrestling matches?
Number 1. Kyle Gotch versus Phil Hackenschmidt.
It's not very gothy.
He's black and white.
Okay.
Number 2, Luthez versus Vern Gagne.
Okay.
Number 3, Shiru Otani versus Kenta Kobashi.
Okay.
Number 4, Shibata versus Ishii. Number 5, Nick Dinsmore versus Chris Benoit. Fire on the Mountain.
Okay.
And number 6, American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus the American Dragon Bryan Danielson.
Against himself?
Yes,
When did that happen?
you missed it. In a fantasy world.
Wow. That's quite a list there.
Actually, it's American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus James Gibson for the Ring of Honor World title.
That's a good match.
It is. They're all good matches. They all have holds. No one throws each other with
Nope.
pots they can't throw people with.
No penis suplex.
Not one.
Well, thank you, God Sheik. We appreciate it. That was right off the spot, too. You didn't have time to think about that.
I would rather watch every Monster Zero match twice than watch one Joey Ryan match.
Wow.
Good. I'm in the process of sending you the clip of the blow pop thing. So
Nice.
I would rather watch. I would think I would rather watch every Michael Raven Shadow singles match than watch one Joey Ryan match.
That's fair.
So on tonight's show, it is the Wednesday Night Wars. It's been a while since we've done it. We got Bill with us. And what do we normally do on the Wednesday Night Wars? We talk about wrestling movies. Now, this isn't a wrestling movie per se. The one we wanted to do does not have subtitles yet. So we had to hold off. Hopefully we can do that for a future Wednesday Night Wars. But we did check out a film starring a wrestler, John Hennigan, also known as John Morrison, also known as Johnny Nitro, also known as Johnny Mundo, also known as Johnny Impact. And
he's the current Impact champion, isn't he?
he is, yeah.
Man,
And
that's
it's not saying much, but yeah, he is. So starring John Hennigan, and the name of the film is Boone the Bounty Hunter. So we're going to be talking about that flick. I don't know what else. We'll probably, since we did run a little bit late on Outside the Cinema, we'll probably just maybe kind of skip the last segment or at least just shoot the shit for a little while, because we're probably going to jump into the film discussion very shortly here. So, but
can I share my big news?
yeah,
Can
I was just going to say, but Bill, let's talk to you first. So yeah, what's the big news?
First of all, I sent you that Joey Ryan video, so you can check that out.
That's the big news, right?
That's the big news. Is it says it's delivered.
All right, these guys can watch it. They're watching it right now. He's in a thong. Oh, he just got a blow pop put in his mouth, I think.
Yep, but there's another one coming.
Oh, another blow pop. Oh, he's bent over. He's leaning against the second rope. Penelope Ford is holding a blow pop in her hand, holding it up. She's licking it. Okay.
That's kind of sexy.
Looping it up. Looping it up.
Rewind that.
Oh,
wow.
right in his butt.
Where is this being filmed? Like, what federation is this?
Preschool.
Your basement.
Oh, nice.
It was in the sexy speakeasy.
Oh man, that's nice.
Anything goes.
It was something very close to that happened over the weekend, but I don't want to
know about it.
I'll send
Alright,
you. I'll send you a picture, Johnny.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, you got a video of it?
Nah, man. He's very excited.
no.
I'm just being a silly goose. Wow, though, this is something.
Wrestling. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Now she's a keeper if she licked it again.
Yes.
When ass to mouth with the
with the blow
with the
pop.
blow pop.
That's a fucking tag team partner right there.
Yeah.
Jesus. So, Bill, what is the news?
The news is that even though the date hasn't come yet of April 11th, Survival of the Film Freaks is 105% funded on Indiegogo from
That's awesome.
DVD Blu-ray pre-orders with no help from Michael Ravenshadow, I might add.
Listen. I've been.
Listen to what? What do you want me to listen to?
Thank you. That's what I'm glad you asked me a reasonable question. I think what we're all trying to agree upon is that can I just give you some cash on fucking Friday?
It doesn't work that way.
If I give
I
him
want
money,
you to give me
isn't that
cash.
It doesn't work that way.
Why?
Get with the fucking times.
I can't be traced.
Yeah, you
No,
can.
Can't be traced.
I'm gonna trace you on paper right now. I got tracing paper.
I'll throw you some money on the Friday.
Get with
You
the.
pay for it?
I'm going to be 100% serious right now and say why I do not want you to do that. Because as a new production company, OTC Industries is trying to show that we have desire for our products. The best way to show that is through official payments that are made through official sites. Indiegogo is a well-respected donation-based site, and if we can go to them and say that our project was over 110% funded on Indiegogo, it is a lot better than, yeah, we sold some DVDs and Michael Ravenshadow gave me a 20 at the end of the night.
Yeah, I don't think they care about that.
All right, well, listen. Well, you don't know. I know some guys that'll.
Yeah,
appreciate
and you're wrong. You're getting a 5 spot.
Yeah, he's gonna give you a 5 and be like, "Is this enough?"
that. Hey, can I borrow $15
He was
on
like,
Friday?
"He'll be like, I got $5. I get $10. I get time for change, Bill."
guys better also-
It'll be 4 or 5 months before you see it.
You guys better save your money because if we don't get enough people there, you guys are going to fucking come around with the collection plate. You gotta pay for the room.
Well,
Ra-
no,
if Ravenshaw does his photo op.
no,
true.
I do have an announcement too. I have something planned on
What?
Saturday.
Wait, we're
On
talking to our
Saturday?
fucking guest.
I know.
What's on
It's gonna help.
Saturday?
Isn't
So
it help us?
you're going into business for yourself.
No. Wait.
Wait, was our guest finished with his announcement?
Yeah.
I guess I am.
Well, first of all, let me Bill.
was gonna go-
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Bill.
Thank
That
you,
is
Jesse.
fucking
Yeah, that's
awesome.
awesome. That is awesome.
I'm super proud of you, and I still haven't. Things have been tight, but I still plan to give before it ends. So there will be some more money
See that Ravenshadow?
on
He's
the
in the
Indiegogo.
fucking movie, and he's seen it twice, and he's still going to pre-order a copy of it.
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere and he's stepping on it. I was about to talk about ordering with the
Yeah,
OTCs.
but I was commenting on it and congratulating him,
Yes.
and you were going to go into business for yourself.
And I'm going to echo what Wolfie said because things have been a little tight for me, but as soon as a little money clears up, it's
You
good.
just spent hundreds of dollars on fucking Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
how's that,
asshole.
Bill?
Why do you
Bill?
think it's been tight?
Hey,
What?
Monster Zero's seen the movie.
Yeah,
He has. Yeah.
He has no recollection of it.
I have a full recollection of it.
What's the movie with Abe Vigoda in it? That Chris Gore talked about?
Ravenshadow.
God.
I know.
I do too. I think Monster Zero knows too.
He says it about 50 times.
Yeah.
Vasectomy, the movie.
Oh, I'm trying to think of it. Yes, vasectomy.
I
couldn't-
guess Ravenshadow was right.
I couldn't stand.
No,
to
no,
see
no.
him
I
struggle.
couldn't remember the word. I knew it was one of those
I knew it
really
was
odd,
involved in-
bizarro.
I knew it
films.
had something to do with
But no,
something
Bill,
I never do.
What you said makes sense to have a little, have a little carbon footprint, or
Carbon footprint.
you want to increase your carbon footprint with the OTC cinema
No, you
production.
don't want to increase your carbon footprint. You want to decrease your carbon
Carbon footprint.
You're an idiot.
That he wants this bigger carbon footprint for OTC Industries, right?
Not a fucking carbon footprint.
No.
you
I-
No.
Are you for real?
What?
Wait. What do you think a carbon footprint is? I gotta hear this. I
It's
gotta
a-
hear
It's
this.
a footprint.
What do you think it is? You're saying he wants to increase it.
Bill wears big shoes and he goes out to the beach.
Well, no, he wants to have a track record of dollars and figures and shit.
Dollars and figures and shit.
Yeah.
That's the worst rap album I've ever seen.
No, it's all incorporated now. No, I hear what you're saying. So you want people to see that there's traffic, right? Traffic.
No,
We wanna
no,
set a
it's
sta-
what
we
it's
want to set
actually.
a standard with companies we want to work with to show that there's a desire for our product.
It's
'Cause
actually
if we
what
can go
he
out
said.
and raise money on our own, we don't necessarily need somebody. So if we're going to somebody, we're already a proven commodity.
No, I feel I said that though, but he wanted traffic.
No.
No,
Well,
Bill, if I were you, if this guy even gives you $500, do not take it.
The irony is, if this
Just don't
motherfucker was
take it.
in the movie, he'd be fucking paying for billboards.
Oh, no shit, right?
Yeah, you would not fucking hear the end of it.
I am very excited. No, I'm gonna apply to the
For the grant?
Indiegogo.
Indiegogo.
You're gonna apply.
Not Indiegogo.
Not
Oh
India-
my god!
I love independent go-go dances. This is very exciting.
And
what
this
are you
dude
doing
wonders
on-
why I'm going to show up at the live show next week with a kendo stick and beat him.
So what are you doing Saturday, though? That's the part I don't understand.
What's that? What,
You said on Saturday.
that's a good segue to help out Bill and to increase the traffic to the OTC brand and the OTC industries that he's recently incorporated. Outside the Cinemas Incorporated now. Big ups to
It's
them.
a limited
The O-
ability.
It's LLC is a big difference.
I can hear the OTC stock plummeting and with every word
What?
that comes out of your mouth.
What?
Oh, no,
He
just-
said he wasn't. You said you were incorporated, Bill.
Will you say what you're gonna say?
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm incorporated. Go.
All right. Well, you're LLC. Don't chasing fucking waterfalls or whatever the fuck. That's TLC. Sorry.
I don't know what to do with myself.
At least to left eye by force or some fucking shit. No, but here's the thing. What's exciting is I'm getting a new phone on Saturday, and with that, I'll be able to access more to do more.
No,
PayPal.
you won't.
So after the Indiegogo's done and the fucking show is done, you'll be able to fucking help out.
Well, once fucking Daddy Warbucks pays off fucking Shockwave 2.0 or whatever the fuck, when's he gonna contribute his money?
What the fuck are you talking about?
No,
Deflecting. That's all you do.
No, I think what I'm
You're
trying to
really
say
good at
is
deflecting.
I wanna. I
No,
wanna
he's
do
not
my
even
part.
good at it.
I bought my Deadites tickets.
So let
no,
me get this.
you did not.
I
no,
did.
we saw. who
No,
bought
you
them,
did
it
not.
wasn't
I
you.
saw who bought them,
I
and it's
had
not you.
An assistant helped me out with
So
it.
don't say that you did it.
I paid the money.
Wait. I want to get this
So?
straight. So you were going to interrupt me talking about us hitting the
A
goal.
success.
Tell us that you got a new phone
Get
that
it.
you're going
Get
to
it.
get day after the Indiegogo's over.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just want to get that straight.
Oh well, when you say it, Bill, it sounds bad.
I know when I say it with using the facts.
Oh. In my head, I thought I was doing a good thing.
Wow.
Buying yourself a new phone?
No, but-
Yeah, good for who?
Well,
Yeah,
that way I
whoa,
could
and
just-
who's buying it? I know you're not going in to buy it.
No,
Someone's
I-
helping you.
No, I'm having a fellowship. It's like
He and his posse.
Fellowship of the fucking dumb.
yeah,
His posse is going to go in and get him to
Dildo
buy him a phone.
Saggins.
yeah. We're going to Mordor. There's a good Verizon store over there.
Cal Mordor.
Cal Mordor. No, I think what I'm trying to say is I'm proud of you, Bill, and I think that
You're not doing a very good job of it.
That's
If
not
you
what you're trying to say,
Wolfie,
though.
I will never fucking forgive you. Like I tell you, every week I come here, you make me think everything's gonna be okay, and every fucking week it's worse than
no,
last
it's
time.
very exciting. It's a very award-winning picture. I can't wait to see it.
It's very exciting. It's a very award-winning picture.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
And
You're definitely showering me with compliments, brother.
I think so.
As soon as live Trick or Treat Radio is over, you're barred from that fucking place. You're out.
I gotta go. I
I feel so bad for Bill right now.
Oh, he's very. It's. I think what we're trying to say is that we're looking forward to the event.
What's this
And,
weird?
Yeah.
Everyone
you.
else got their shit together.
Yeah.
The royal we.
No, that's
Why?
not a thing.
Why? No, but I think it's a very important perspective to have because, like, I'm like.
You would make a great fucking politician. I swear to
No,
God.
no, he wouldn't.
I wish I was.
No,
dead.
he really wouldn't. Aries is right.
All right, he make a great Trump politician.
No, stop.
Mars, can I borrow your scarf so I can hang myself?
I think what we're experiencing is that I'm gonna.
No,
be a
no,
very-
you,
No.
you, not we, you.
All of us together.
No, no,
We're gonna
no.
have a shared moment.
Don't put us with you, please.
I've seen this movie like 7 times. I don't need to share a moment with you.
Well, don't spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want
It all
to.
worked-
Don't ruin the ending.
It all works out.
I'm in it and I'm bald and ugly. And I
I'm
talk
about-
about stealing.
And I'm about 30 pounds heavier on screen.
Oh man. But no, I think I represent a very important element to the film.
No, you do not.
You're.
You're-
I do.
Shut up.
There you
I
go.
want to hear this. I want to hear
Going
this.
into business for yourself.
No, no.
What is it? What is it, Raven Shadow? What are you showing us?
Because I'm gonna be like Wolverine in the first X-Men movie, right?
Mm.
I'm the audience seeing it for the first time, so it's like I get to experience what the audience experiences at Friday at 8:00 at the Park Room in beautiful Worcester, Massachusetts.
So how does that make you Wolverine in the
Yeah.
movie?
Because he was meeting the X-Men for the first time, so we were like the viewer was like Wolverine, and we're experiencing what he's experiencing.
You are.
Johnny, I had to fucking cut
What
you.
the fuck is
I,
happening?
honest to God, John, like I'm pissed.
Why the hell did I say I'd come on the show?
Yeah, I am so mad.
Why? This is fun.
I am so
I
upset.
had a,
9 a.m. I'm like, I'm not coming. This is the week.
Wednesday
and then
night
over the course
was.
of the day, I got mad. I said mean things. Wolfie made me feel bad, so I came.
I didn't make
Yeah,
you
yeah.
feel bad. Not
You
today,
did-
anyways.
No, you do just like in your silence today.
My silence. I was fucking busy today.
Yeah, well, I took it as being angry. And now here I fucking am. Last week I told you. Last week I said this is how it's gonna go, and you said no. And then it went exactly that way. And today I was like, this is gonna be fucking bad. And then everybody's like, no, it'll be fine. And I came, and look what happens. Just what I said. At 9 a.m. I can tell you how this is gonna go. I'm gonna fucking start a broadcast at 9 a.m. doing the Trick or Treat radio that's gonna happen at 9 p.m. and be 100% right and be less angry.
The Fellowship of the Ding Dong over
You
here.
are making me so miserable that like I had an incredible night on Saturday, and I'm fucking sitting around at somebody else's house having an incredible night, and all I can fucking think about is how angry you make me. That's
Excuse me, the ride over here, you said that night was miserable.
why I keep
It's because you were with a bunch of ladies. That's why you liked it.
No, those ladies are awesome. I'll tell you that. I miss those ladies. They drink like it's sport, and I can't keep up anymore though. Donna Matrix like killed like a bottle of whiskey in the first 20 minutes that we were somewhere. It was ridiculous.
Good for her.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to start drinking.
That's fun.
Hey, Evil Corny just put it in the chat. Bill, don't let Raven Shadow grab my copy.
No shit, man. Don't worry, Corny. I will send it to you directly.
Oh,
I won't store it.
Yeah,
I
do
will
not
say-
send it to Raven Shadow first.
Yeah.
Hey.
It'll be,
The last thing I'm going to say, I think probably for the rest of the show at this point, if anyone does still want to order a copy of it, actually, I think the day of the screening in Worcester is the final day of the Indiegogo.
I
So
think the day before. I could be wrong.
is it the day before?
I thought it was the 11th.
It might be the
It's
11th.
thereabouts. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know what I'm looking at right now? Yes, it is midnight at April 11th. So if you'd like to pre-order a copy of it, that's the only way we can assure you'll get a physical copy of it at this point, because we haven't been able to run the numbers. We have gotten funded enough for everything that we were looking to do. So there should hopefully be some copies left over afterwards, but I can't make any promises. But yeah, just go to Indiegogo, do a search for Survival of the Film Freaks. You can still order a Blu-ray or a DVD. A couple of the higher level perks are now sold out, but you can still get like the poster, the T-shirt, the soundtrack. We're down to I think 3 or 4 cassette tapes, the physical freak packs that you can get the cassette tape of the soundtrack. But yeah, you have until April 11th. So I had a couple people get in touch with me over the weekend after we hit the goal. They were like, "Oh shit, I missed it. I'm really sorry." And it's like, no, you still got a week. We hit the goal. So
It's. I thought it was. I think it's in my rider that I actually get a copy.
I mean, you're in the movie, so
Yeah.
you would get a copy of it.
Yeah, you're my manager too, so you gotta work on that. Talk to Kyle.
I'm not talking to Kyle. We don't.
Yeah, I didn't tell Bill this yet, but he's my new manager.
Well, I don't talk to Kyle anymore because he realized I was still friends with Raven Shadow.
Oh.
Kyle likes me.
Nope.
Nope.
Yes,
Kyle
he-
doesn't know who you are.
Kyle is seething right now. That's why you never hear
Yeah.
from him.
Kyle likes you in the same way that Donna Matrix thinks Tiny White is funny. Not
So
at
not-
all. Yeah.
No, listen, no. Kyle likes me. I sent him a message the other day.
Did he
What did it
respond?
say?
Yeah, did,
Yeah.
did his head explode
What
from
did it
it?
say? Bill's mad at me. Can you tell him not to be mad at me anymore?
He sent him a fucking like missive from like a fucking carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, my owl.
Jesus.
Hey, this is Raven Shadow. I like pickles.
Yeah. And I hate scurvy.
Raven Shadow. What would be your familiar? What kind of animal?
Dung beetle.
My dog.
You know,
Oh.
kind of smell.
Oh yeah.
My Bichon Freeze.
Bichon Freezy.
I talked to Fabio Frizzi today, and when even Fabio Frizzi is saying you don't make any fucking sense, you're in big trouble.
He
Little
was so
China.
drunk when he said that. If that's the case.
This was at noontime today.
But yeah,
Well, to be fair, yeah, it could
Yeah,
be.
Last time I saw Fabio Frizzi, he was sawing down a tree in my backyard, up in the tree, with a chainsaw, with headphones on, in a thunderstorm in the rain.
What could go wrong?
I don't know.
If you had to put a number of concussions on Sabu, how many do you think it would be?
150 easy.
At least.
Yeah.
Watching this match from that November to Remember where he fought, I don't know who's that guy. Looks like One Man Gang, but it's not One Man Gang. I don't know, but
Akeem?
like I've seen.
Oh, is it 911? Did he fight 911? No,
Yes.
Or is that before the pay-per-views?
I don't know. I don't. The guy looks familiar, but I don't know who he is. But like I've seen literally watched Sabu's head bounce off the concrete at least 3 times in this match.
Is it Bam Bam Bigelow?
No, it's not Bam Bam.
That's probably why he's so racist now.
I'll look it up.
All right, so obviously super happy for Bill that
Yeah,
Survival of the Film Freaks
I'm really
is doing
excited.
so well.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And that it is funded because that is fucking awesome. And, you know, people can get it in their hands now, can get a physical copy of it. And, you know, this may be your only opportunity to own it. So if you guys are still on the fence or haven't done so yet, head on over to the Indiegogo and go ahead and buy in and get your copy.
Bill, I have a problem, or Wolfie, somebody's going to help me with. I realize that
Let me
as
hear the
of,
problem and then I'll answer.
I realize that as of now, I have at least 2 different IMDb profiles.
You have 2?
Yeah, I need to try to make them.
How did you get the other one?
I don't, because I'm just fucking in movies like a motherfucker. I'm the.
Did you try to create one?
I didn't, but there's one in Seeds, and there's one in
Let's see.
in Film Freaks.
Is one under Mars and one under your real name?
One is under MIQUE.
Yeah, I created the Dynamo Mars one.
Yeah.
So
I guess,
I don't know. I didn't create one
I guess
because I didn't.
Skip created
you
the
can.
other one.
Do you want me to edit that and put in Dynamo, or do you want to be the other one?
The other one.
Either I think one whatever I think that could be the Dynamo one, and it can say like as Mike Mars or MIQ. You know what I mean? Like how they say that sometime.
Yeah, but you're not.
Or the
All
other
right,
way
you're getting
around.
a little too crazy here.
That's not that crazy.
It is.
No, there's a lot like there's a lot of people that say like John Smith, and it says as John Jacob.
Right, because they
Jingleheimer.
changed their name, but you haven't even changed your name yet.
How about that? Why don't we worry about this not on air so we don't have you chewing while you're thinking on air?
This is important to me.
Hack Myers.
Oh, Hack Mars.
Oh,
Huh,
heck.
what was
The
this
Shaw.
thing? The Shaw. Yeah.
Yeah. From the last
Shaw.
house on the
Shaw.
left.
Oh, that's a good segue.
2?
Something I'm going to say later on.
That's not a segue then.
No, it's a precursor.
A precursor.
Precursor?
I hate my life. My
I hate
life.
ev-
Yeah, my life is so bad right now.
Well, no, I watched. I had another magical monocle movie night, and I watched
Okay,
Virgin Spring,
Oh, very good. Very
right?
good.
Which is
good movie.
which
Excellent
is a precursor
movie.
to what was Last House on the Left was inspired by, right?
It was inspired, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like you couldn't have understood that
Yeah.
movie, man. Sorry.
it was pretty fucking. I mean, pretty on the nose, right? The fucking chick goes to take a horseback ride to church. It was a bad fucking idea. Came across some thugs. Bad things happen. I didn't like the ending though. I didn't like the ending.
Have you? Is this the first time you ever? Have you watched a lot of Bergman stuff?
My first one.
Right. Good for you, man.
Yeah. So branching out.
Johnny, I
Check out
watched,
Seventh Seal. Check out Seventh Seal, man.
Yeah, Seventh Seal is amazing.
The photography in that is, oh my
I
God.
think we have that. We're
Johnny.
getting
It is absolutely outstanding.
Yes.
I watched Star Wars: A New Hope this week.
No, you didn't.
I did. I'm just trying to watch movies that everyone else watched 32 fucking years ago. I hate my life. I quit, Johnny.
All right, see ya. You know, like he is. You know, he needs some help. So
He does.
I haven't seen
He
it.
does need
That's,
some help.
that's an
So-
understatement.
He does need help. You're correct. It's called
Good
like
f- good-
shock therapy.
Good for you, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, branching out.
Branching out.
I'm branching out.
What is?
Jesus.
Branching out.
I watched a movie.
Mars. I can make you Dynamo Mars on Seeds right now if you want to.
You okay?
Want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then will that delete the other one? 'Cause I don't
I'm
wanna be on there
correcting.
twice.
I'm correcting it.
All right. But then will it cross over?
No, the other listing will be gone from Seeds.
Okay.
So
Thank
there you go. Now you're happy. Hold on. Let me check this update. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Done. Submit it. Done.
Hey, Vader, move the mic away from your mouth if you're not talking.
I can't. I'm fucking having an anxiety attack right
Well,
now.
that's then move the mic away from your mouth.
Let me look on you with my
Just thinking
own eyes.
So I watched a movie this week that I think everyone should watch, especially Bill if he hasn't.
What is that?
It's
Was
called Here to Be Heard, the story of the Slits.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's excellent.
Yeah, it's fucking great, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I had not any expectations because I'm not a big reggae fan. So they sort of dropped off for me, but I actually think that I would probably like their discography all the way through now more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's not. I mean, I'm not like super into them, but it's definitely there's some really good stuff in their discography.
Yeah. But it's a really good documentary too. There's something about the way that it's put together that like almost doesn't work. I feel, but because of that, it makes it not like the normal Talking Head fare. I really like it, and it also all seems to come from like 3 sit-down interviews, which I think is interesting. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of like that. So one person's interviewed in the stairs and one person is interviewed going through a scrapbook, you know, so they all seem to come from those like two or three conversations as opposed to like over the course of time, which I find very fascinating. But it's great. I recommend it to any musician and anyone who's into that weird time of punk that there were just so many fucking bands, you know? Like, there were just so many bands. But, like, I can't think of another generation. Like, even if you look at Seattle, like, Seattle has, like, all those, like, you know, quote-unquote marquee bands that came out at that time. But, like, nothing is compared to that era of England, right, then? Am I wrong? Does anybody think I'm wrong? Like, the Sex Pistols, the Clash, the Damned, the Slits, the Buzzcocks. Like, you can literally just, like
Oh, you think you know British punk? Name 10 bands. You think you know British punk? Name 25 bands.
Well, that's the thing. There is 25 bands to be named.
You couldn't name 25 English punk rock bands from that time period.
Well, no, most of them are the same. Like, that's the thing. They were like all like so like the Slits were all in 4 bands before that, and Sid Vicious was in 3 bands. Like,
oh, Sid Vicious was in 3 bands. Name 6.
Bangers and mash.
6 Sid Vicious bands. Yeah, no, I mean I don't think that I know like 25 British bands. I always forget Billy Idol's band.
Generation X.
Yeah, but you know, like there's like that's got to be like the most amount of like bands that made some sort of impact in one period. I think that I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, I still think in terms of like, I mean, the grunge movement was really probably the biggest of them because of the amount of bands that had like big hits, like, and then even bands like that didn't get big hits, but like, you know, like Mudhoney and like
the Meat Puppets and stuff. Even after
Meat Puppets were Minnesota, I think, weren't they?
Well, I mean, I don't think all those bands were from Seattle though. Like, it got to the point where it's like hair metal. If you sounded like that at all, you got a contract usually.
I'm kidding though, but there's really a bunch. British punk bands. I mean, you can like put like Susie and the Banshees in that, and like Stiff Little Fingers, and like even like Joy Division, like Crass. Like, those are all like now that I'm thinking of, like Sham 69. Like, yeah, there's a bunch.
I mean,
Mars, how was your Joy Division cover band, Joy de Vive?
Good. I enjoyed Viva.
The Jam. Who else? Subhumans were English, right? UK Subs, X-Ray Pecs.
What was Sid Vicious's weird band there that had? I can't remember.
It was called Nickelback.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, with the Seattle scene, less was more, right? Because the proliferation was greater. Like, there wasn't an infrastructure at that time to bring all those bands national and international. You know, they were like, you know, kind of after the fact. Like, even the Slits didn't make a record till they were around for like 4 years. The Damned's records didn't come to America until after they had broke up, and they had
No, that's true.
they had toured America. Like the Damned weren't impactful to the American punk scene because they for some reason toured the West Coast. Like not for some reason, but that's where they ended up. Like the 2 tours that they did. So that's another great documentary at the time. I bet you wish we were dead.
Oh yeah,
So what?
that one. Well, I've been watching a ton of music documentaries because I can't really talk about it. But the next thing we're working on is a music documentary.
He did that thing, Mars. He said, "I can't talk about it, but it's gonna be this."
I learned so much from him. That's why I want him to be my boss.
Can't really talk. I mean, I can't give any details on it, but yeah, like we're working on a music documentary, so I've been watching a lot of them, and I've seen some really good ones recently. Have you ever seen the one about the girl from 7 Year Bitch that got murdered?
No.
Viva Sapita. That's real good. I think that's on Amazon Prime. That's worth checking out because it's all about the like case of Mia Sapita, the girl that was the singer, or not 7 Year Bitch. The Gits, the girl from the Gits. But she was like walking home from a bar one night and she got like raped and murdered and like they couldn't find the killer for like many years. And then they eventually did, but like they made this documentary about the impact it had on the scene. And it's just really, really well done. I kind of wish they had better equipment when they did it, but like the way it's pieced together and the storytelling they used to kind of develop everything is excellent.
I got lent. I haven't watched it yet, and I think most of it's more of a concert video. But I got lent the. I can't say their name. They're that Iceland band.
Sugaros?
Yeah.
Which one? Ini or Hema?
I don't really know actually. I left my bag at home. I've been walking around with it, but it's the one where they tour. They like drive around Iceland for the whole beginning.
Oh, that's Hema, dude. That's one of the best music documentaries I've ever seen.
See, you're the second person who now has endorsed it that I don't feel like they're full of shit. So I. Need to
Oh
watch
my
it.
God, no! It is the most. I think Monster Zero should watch this because I know you really can get in with some cool cinematography. Yeah. Like the cinematography in that, the way that it's shot. It's like them performing on like the side of a fucking glacier. Like it's unbelievable how beautiful it is.
I don't know anything about them, but.
Oh, they're amazing.
This is not a music documentary by any stretch, but I did watch on Netflix.
Ace Ventura?
No, I watched The Dirt, the Motley Crue
me too.
biopic.
Let's talk about it. Let's bring it up. Let's do it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
I thought it was good. Like I think there was a lot of people were complaining about the acting. I didn't think the acting was.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it was all right.
And I thought they all relatively looked like the band members, and like even like I thought I couldn't believe I didn't know that at first when I saw the trailer that was Machine Gun Kelly playing Tommy Lee, but I thought he was like really good as Tommy Lee. And the dude who played Nikki Sixx,
Nikki Sixx, I thought was really good.
Douglas Booth, I think is his name.
Yeah,
we saw him in the Limehouse Golem and a couple other things.
I thought he was standout.
Yeah, he was really good as Nikki Sixx, and the dude from Game of Thrones as Mick Mars, I thought was real fun as well.
Absolutely. Have any of you guys read the book, The Dirt?
I have not. No.
No.
The book is like it's awesome.
Yeah.
The book is amazing. They definitely took some real liberties with some things that they kind of needed to change just for storytelling. But like they really kind of there's a number of things that they kind of glossed over that were kind of frustrating. Like the kind of way they presented when Vince got into the car accident that killed Razzle. Like they made it out like it was kind of almost just like an accident thing that happened, but like when in truth that like Vince Neil was so drunk that he couldn't stand up. And like in the movie, they made it seem like they were having a conversation and like he just drifted over a little bit. Whereas like he actually like drove off the road and hit like a patch of dirt because he was going like 70 miles an hour or something in like a 30-mile-an-hour zone and spun out and slammed into a tree and 2 other cars. So like they kind of really downplay that to make it seem like it isn't quite so, it wasn't quite so like bad. You know what I mean?
But the band was heavily involved, right? So you think that was kind of
they were all executive producers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, but all that stuff's in the book though. That's the thing. It's like they didn't sugarcoat any of that stuff in the book, or like the scene where Nikki ODs. Like they left out the fact that like that was like a party that like Slash and Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses were both at that party.
Okay.
And like, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like Slash's like dude that like shot Nikki up with the dope and stuff. So like there was stuff like that. And then like they kind of like really kind of skirted over like when Vince left the band and made it seem like Vince did nothing but just like cry about his sick kid and drink the whole time. But like Vince went on like he put out like 3 solo records and like had a successful solo career that they just like neglected to mention.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's so much happened during that time frame. From the beginning of Crew to their final concert, which turns out not their final concert, and I mean, you need more than 100 minutes to tell the story of these guys. I mean, you need like 3 or 4 movies over to really.
This is just a glimpse.
Yeah, to really get a good grasp as to what these guys were really all about. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it, purely for nostalgia reasons. I mean, I listened to Crew back in the day, and I remember all the shit that they went through back then. And,
Oh yeah,
it was fun to watch.
I saw him on the Dr. Feelgood tour. Warrant opened up.
Yeah, I saw that too.
At the Central.
Wow.
Yeah. And then and Bill, did you read the Heroin Diaries?
The Nikki Sixx book. Yeah, I only read that once though, so I don't remember. I read the Dirt, and then when Heroin Diaries came out, like 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah.
I read that, and then I was like, oh, I need to go back and reread the Dirt. So I reread the Dirt right after reading the Nikki Sixx book, and then kind of forgot about the Nikki Sixx book.
Yeah, that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, they're both excellent. I mean, I thought the movie was great, but like. The OTC I recorded this week, I talk a lot about Dragged Across Concrete, and I haven't actually listened to you guys' review of it yet because I hadn't watched it yet. But
it's awful. Don't.
My thing was like it was too fucking long, and then like a movie like this where I'm like it was only like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that, and I was like,
yeah.
And you could have put like when you have these movies that are coming out, they're like 2.5 hours plus. Like you really couldn't have put an extra 15-20 minutes of development into the Dirt and maybe mentioned like the titles of the records or like a little bit more of like them developing the music, because it goes from like their first show and all of a sudden they're on the Theater of Pain tour. I'm like, that's like a 7-year period. Like,
yeah, I had heard that. I'm not too interested in it anyway. Like my on and off love affair with Crew is over. Like after I saw them and they were so bad, I left 4 songs in. I think like it was just unbelievably bad. Like
I saw them back in '97 during their Generation Swine tour. That was the only time I did.
Oh, with
John Corabi.
John Corabi.
Oh, Vince was back for Generation Swine.
Yeah,
he was.
Vince was back by that time, and it was the only time that I saw Crew. And who opened up for them? Cheap Trick opened up for them. And
that's insulting to Cheap Trick.
Agreed.
I agree.
I saw like,
but it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Alice Cooper's band literally make it look like that, like it was Alice Cooper and then like a high school garage band played.
Was that their last tour you talked about?
I think they were. It was the last time I saw them. It was like 4 years ago now, 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was their final tour. I thought that show was fine.
It's when the hobo.
Vince doesn't sound great, but I thought the band sounded great.
It's when the hobo knocked a phone out of my hand.
Oh yeah. No, that was the same exact one I went to. Yeah, I thought the show was fun.
And then now you got the video trending all over the internet of Vince Neil singing, and he sounds like absolute shit.
Yeah, he's never been the greatest singer, but like I don't know, like
at least he's able to form words.
Sure, that video going around is really bad, but he's not normally that bad. He's not great, but he's not that bad.
Some sort of precipitation to that.
There might be, I don't know, but he's not normally that bad.
It didn't sound organic.
So yeah, it was cool though, and it's not Bohemian Rhapsody. It's not like a. I think that's a really well honed in film that has great performance.
Excellent.
But still, it's a cool glimpse into like a very influential metal band or rock band. And I think it's cool, and I wouldn't mind seeing more of these as long as they're mostly accurate.
Well, they're doing one with Joan Jett now, aren't they? I think I saw that Joan Jett. They're getting one with Joan
cool.
Jett.
Yeah,
there's a Joan Jett.
There's that Joan Jett documentary that came out last year too.
Yeah.
which is quite good. The Joan Jett documentary is excellent. That's on Prime too.
This is it's turning more into a music documentary than Wednesday Night Wars, which is fine.
See, music brings
we can
people
we
together.
can talk about Fozzy then.
There you go.
Yeah, bringing the two together.
We'll do like East Coast, West Coast. They were feuding.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Hey, you know, we should talk about while Bill is here. We mentioned it. Raven Shadow did a like a Segway time bomb. I guess he was going to mention it later on, but
Segway time bomb.
like he like set it up and
Yep.
just dropped it, and pretty soon it'll explode. But hopefully I'm out of the way. But the we're only about 9 days or so away, 10 days or so away from
We did talk about it in the intro too. MZ did a promo for it.
nice.
As scatterbrained as it was, he did do it.
He did do it. Yeah.
I can't, could it possibly be done any other way with me?
No.
True. It's a good point.
So coming up, the Deadites 25th annual, or not annual, 25th anniversary celebration. 2 nights, April 12th, April 13th. First, April 12th being at the Park View Room in Worcester, Massachusetts, will be a live Trick or Treat Radio, followed up by a screening of Survival of the Film Freaks, and Bill and Kyle will be in attendance. And that should be a phenomenal time. And Raven Shadow is going to try to sell Touch Him for $30, and you'll have no one giving you money.
Well, maybe
You'll
30
embarrass
days of-
yourself.
Well, you don't know.
We'll live stream it, so
Well,
you
you
can
don't know.
embarrass yourself in
Someone's
front of
gonna-
everyone.
Someone touch me.
And then the following evening at the Bull Mansion, April 13th, Saturday, April 13th, will be the Deadites Live. Playing all night, playing hits from the catalog, right, Mars?
Yeah, we Matrix and I threw back and forth a couple of set lists. I've got it narrowed down to 2. I meant to put it in the Deadites iChat today to see what you and Elvira Longoria thought of it, and
Elvira Longoria? Oh.
and
I thought you had a different name. Okay.
but the so it should be pretty. It's gonna be good. If Tiny and I have some work to do because we're trying to do 2 songs one song that never got finished, and 1 song that we never played, and then 3 songs that the 3 of the 6 songs that we didn't play at 93. So we're trying to do a bunch of stuff that we just never play. So it should be good. But like from a promotional point of view, I'm not saying we're not gonna play ever again, but but this has to be like. I can't do this anymore. I'm at the end of the line. I'm too old for this shit. Like I really just can't.
Get too old for the shit.
Yeah, I can't. Like I'll play if somebody else books it and sets it up.
I was
But
only 3 days from retirement.
like I literally cannot do it anymore. It's too much. It's too much. It's not even so much the 2 shows. Like that's not what it is. It's that by the time I set up to play again at Halloween, Facebook would have changed its policies and what you can do and what you can't do 10 times, and like the stream of social media would just be too hard to promote in, and I don't know how else to do it, but it's just too hard. It's just too much. I'm too old. My time is gone. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to let younger people do this and figure this out. I'm too old. Too old for all this. I can still sing. I can still stand up there and sing, but everything else is too old. Too old to podcast.
Too old to potty.
Too old to. I pottied right on the last show because Aries scared me. Aries walked into the room like Michael Myers. I didn't know. It scared the crap peed right in my pants. But like, yeah, it's so hard. It is so hard. Like it used to not be hard. It used to be just like a lot of time consuming. But right now it's like just really hard. I'm too old. That's how I feel. I feel old.
I think
every
you said
single
it
day.
about 18
That's how I
times.
feel. Like every day I feel tired and sore and old.
You feel too old?
What?
You feel too old?
I do feel too old. Like not to perform. I just feel too old to be a promoter. I feel like promotion is a young
But you
person.
feel too old?
I do feel too old. I feel really old. Really. If this was my class report, it would say I feel really, 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 really times 1 million old. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like even if I do a good job, even if those rooms are full, I feel like I'm gonna feel like I could have done a better job. So
How could you do better than filling them?
I don't know. There's ways. Because
Having people wait outside.
here's the thing.
You're
Me,
pretty good at filling your pants. So.
I am. But me being like the promoter, I feel like I'm not putting on as good of a show. Like that's a lot of my problem. Like I feel like I really wanted to put on a really great show.
Call Paul E. Have him promote it.
Uh,
My client, Dynamo Mars.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name.
That would be awesome. Have Paul E. Heyman.
I mean, it'll be
I'm
once
still watching this ECW pay-per-view, by the way.
once Bill makes me famous, it'll be easier. But right now it's hard.
Well, he tried. He put you in his movie.
Well, no, that's
Try
just
to
not
get
all he's
something.
gonna do. He's gonna put me in all sorts of movies. He's gonna make me a big star.
What? Is it going to be the next Axel Braun?
Are you going to be able to handle being a big star, seeing you're too old?
Yeah, I'm perfect age to be a big star.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, so you're too over everything else, but
Yeah. I just don't want to, like, it's not, I just don't want to promote anymore. All the other work I like. I just don't like
you
promoting.
got to offload.
Dude, promoting sucks. It's the fucking worst.
It is now. I used
And
to
everyone
love it.
everyone sucks at it, so that's why it's like it's tough because if you don't do it, like it's not going to get done.
I used to
People don't
love
care.
it.
Is the problem is, people don't care. People don't want to come out. They don't want to support things. They just want to. Not everybody, but like the general public. Like, they don't want to be bothered. They don't want to have to do anything that's work. They just want it to be dropped in their laps.
Right.
And I can completely understand that. I don't have to like it, but like I know myself. Like I don't fucking go out to anything anymore. Like.
Well, I feel like that's both sides of the stage too, as I learned, and that's not like a young band or young anything. Like I feel like people think that they should just show up and set up their microphone or set up their band stuff, and people should come. Like they don't, I think, understand. Like I think that people feel it like, well, I am funny or I am good singer or I am a good dancer, so therefore that's the work. People should come. Like. But I don't know. I've barely like got any vocal time in. And the show's in 11 days. It's so fucking hard. Like, it's not like I don't even know if hard's the right word. Like, Facebook changed its parameters again, so you can only invite 300 people to your event.
Yeah, and you can't even invite like all your friends. It's
Right.
fucking stupid.
I didn't even.
I don't even understand that. It just doesn't even fucking make sense to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just went in alphabetical order, so all of a sudden I had to stop.
Right.
So like I still have like 900 people or something that I couldn't invite. So
That's true.
like, and it's just like, and how do you get it? Like, and I ran into like a few people that knew about the show, but then the woman who runs one of the venues didn't even think the show was happening anymore, which was terrifying. Like, so, and I thought I was promoting to an obnoxious extent. So like, it just doesn't like,
The algorithms, man.
yeah.
Facebook doesn't let anybody see anything unless you're paying for it.
Right. So it just is like. See, now the irony is that it's part of why I started the Dynamo thing. There's a short amount of time that you have a captive audience. Or say, I don't know what Monster Zero has, but say you're Michael Raven Shadow that has like, 100 or a few hundred friends. Like, that's like not as like locked down. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like once you hit a certain point, like, and you're hitting a certain amount of people, they start fucking making it so like people who are following you can't see what you put out.
It's true. No, I agree 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I look at like, and it's not. I mean, some of it is like just people in 2019. If you look at the views versus engagements, like that's just fucking people. Like I'm watching Monster Zero do right now. He's just sliding on through. But like, the reality is it's hard. Like maybe at some point it will be easy. Like. But like I've learned, I think here's my thing, and tell me, Bill, and Wolfie, Aries, people who I know me really like in this business style way in real life. Like, tell me if this is childish or whatever else. Like, I feel like I've learned how to do it 4 times. Like I don't want to learn how to do it anymore. Like I feel like figuring it out 4 times. Like I don't want to know a new way.
No, you're not.
They changed the way they've done it again. I don't want to know a new way. Like, I just am, let somebody who's like, I don't know,
No, you know what I think the biggest thing that's really changed specifically for Facebook and for Instagram and is when all of those services went away from your timeline just being your timeline in the order that things were posted from
Right.
everyone that you follow. There isn't a way, like you go on Instagram now, there isn't a way to sort your Instagram feed by the time the stuff was posted.
No, it's crazy.
You're literally at the mercy of whatever Instagram's algorithms feel are the things you should be seeing. So like if you have someone that you follow that you don't, catch a few of their posts and you don't like any of their posts, you stop seeing their stuff. But yet you see the same sponsored posts over and over again. The biggest thing with Facebook when they do it is like Facebook says that they give you a way to sort your timeline by most recent, but if you look at it, it's really not your most recent.
No, not at all.
Like not even close. Because that's how I try to always set my Twitter and I set my Facebook when I look at them to most recent because I want to see the stuff as it's happening. And every time I go away from the site, it reverts itself back to whatever their base algorithm is. So that's where I think a lot of people don't see your stuff because they don't even think about it because they're not catching it as they open up. So therefore, they're not going to see it.
So like I'm just going through my Instagram right now, and this is in order that they're showing it to me. 1 hour ago, 3 hours ago, 1 day ago, 11 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 1 day ago. Like, what the actual fuck? Like, what sort of way of... It's like if a newspaper was just like, here's stories from tomorrow, yesterday, like, or for like a comic story was like, here's page 4, page 7, page 8. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't even understand why this is useful information anymore. Like they've just like made like they've like tried to like perfect it to my supposed viewing expectations to the point where like it just doesn't even fucking make a sense. Oh look, here is a post by Mel by Force, who just might be the one of the coolest human being on earth, 2 hours ago. Underneath that, 3 days ago. Awesome. Thank you.
Right. Yeah.
Like what? Like sort of like. It doesn't make any sense. Like it's just like so. In like then I'll post something, right? I'll post it right now, and I'll have to scroll down for like 30 or 40 posts to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not 30 or 40 posts that happened 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago that would beat it. It's things that happened like 1 hour ago, 5 days ago. Like it just doesn't. It just like. And I don't know how to do it because you can't. Like, the type of promotion we used to do was pretty much littering. Like, you can't do that anymore. So, like, what do you do? Like, how do you do it?
You go up, you take a stapler, and you staple a fucking flyer to someone's chest. There you go.
Yeah,
Boom.
That is the same.
Just for the record, I just want to point this out to you. You've been bitching about this for the last 15 minutes, yet you make fun of me for neglecting this technology.
Well, it's here's the thing, Aries. Like
that's just because you declined my friend request.
No, I have to.
Bill, you're gonna have words.
I have to say that I do agree with you to a point because like it changed greatly, and Bill will back me up because from the time he like was started like promoting the movie to like the Indiegogo campaign, like it's like using a different thing. Like this is not the same parameters I promoted Rock and Shock stuff under.
Yeah. It all works the same. It just doesn't.
Yeah, like the functionality is the same, but like the rules are different and their I don't want to say their mission statement because it's always been to make money, but the way it's still a slot machine. You still pull the lever and hope that it like comes up the way you want it to. But like it's not. It's a little more disingenuous now.
You know what? Every time I get in my truck, everything is exactly the same, exactly how I left it. I don't have to worry about someone changing it on me or altering a little thing that changes the whole thing.
Yeah.
Everything exactly the same.
Because you're an old man.
Because that's the technology I like.
Well, but I know
it's a technology. That's how I like it.
But how is that going to get you to come see somebody else to come see your art?
I want to. It's almost 11, so I do want to move on soon.
All right, we don't want to miss the engaging Boone the Bounty Hunter conversation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Plans are for goobers, Jesse. Plans are
Thank you. So, man, Bill, I guess before we get any further, it's getting late. Do you have to get up early?
kind of early. I'm gonna stick around for the movie review and then bounce.
So let's just jump right into
Because I fucking watched that movie, and god damn it, I'm going to talk about it.
I know. I was going to mention, I'll just mention this real quick, Raven Shadow. Don't freak out. You have an IMDb page, or you will.
Bombaleo.
I added us to Signal to Noise while I made Dynamo's change.
Me too.
So, and you too, yep.
Why did you do that?
It's nice.
We're never going to hear the end of that one.
He's gonna go up to people on the fucking street. I'm IMDb. I'm on IMDb. I'm Michael Ravenshadow.
Hey,
nice to meet you.
I'm an IMDb.
I am on IMDb.
bet
Look at
you-
me.
Guess whose intro just got a little bit longer now?
Yeah.
No.
I bet you $50 next time I go to like TE on a Wednesday morning. That's all I'm gonna fucking hear about is IMDb. Like,
Oh, look, it's Michael Raven Show. Hey, just call me IMDb.
Well, they still have to.
I'm sitting
They
here.
still have to approve it.
yeah, did you hear?
So
Cheers and IMDb.
here's news on IMDb lately.
We heard it all day.
That's nice.
All right, this isn't going to be a long conversation because we're talking about Boone the Bounty Hunter. This film is 86 minutes. It is TV 14, rated TV 14.
Oh, this is outrageous.
It is an action drama film and is directed by Robert Kirbison and is written by Josh Burnell and John Hennigan. Big surprise.
Johnny Mundo.
And it stars John Hennigan, Osric Chow, Spencer Grammer, Jonathan Lipnicki, Richard Tyson, Jane Park Smith, Leslie Furra, Lorenzo Lamas, Kevin Sorbo,
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Dominique
Jess-
Swain. What?
Wolfie, you had me at Lipnicki.
Jonathan Lipnicki, yeah.
the littlest vampire.
Yeah.
Who's that dude?
Who else was in
Jerry
this?
Maguire.
Oh, was he in that? In this?
Yeah.
Who did he play?
He played the
He's
kid.
the kid,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, are you fucking shitting me?
Yeah. That's
The-
why he's an
the
adult
son?
now.
Oh wow, that's outrageous.
There was a couple other people I recognize. I don't see
Yeah.
them.
Cole
Erica
Bernson?
Laniak.
Yes.
Richard
Yep.
Tyson.
Yeah,
A lot of
there you go.
Yeah, cameos.
And Rampage Jackson.
Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Yeah.
He's not even
Who
listed on the
was-
fucking IMDb.
He is. I got him right here.
Oh, he must be way down.
Because last time I saw him, he was in the A-Team movie.
Tiny Lister?
Yeah,
Oh,
Tiny
Yeah,
Lister.
Tiny
He's
Lister.
in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yep.
So it's got, a veritable who's who of B-movie fame. And the synopsis,
You forgot Corbin Burnson, didn't you?
I did, yeah. There's so many people listed that I forgot Corbin
Yeah,
Burnson. The synopsis, when fame-seeking reality show bounty hunter Boone attempts to bring down a drug lord and his empire, he uncovers more than he bargains for, and he learns that justice means more than ratings.
It's true.
Dun, dun.
Is that true, Raven Shadow?
It is true.
I guess you didn't get the
ratings.
memo.
Yeah, no, that's what my grandmother always said.
Oh man, this is the
All right, so Boone the Bounty Hunter. We picked this obviously because it stars John Hennigan, and he is also known as the Prince of Parkour.
Yeah, he is.
He got to use some of his parkour in this,
Get
which
to use all of his parkour. in
yeah,
this.
which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well,
no doubt.
parkour is serious. It's really cool to watch. I enjoy
Yeah,
it.
especially when people fall. It's fucking amazing.
But I will say that it was a little overkill in this. I don't.
A little
Yeah.
overkill, you think?
So, all right, Boone the Bounty Hunter. This is such a just a meh film.
It's a love letter to Hannigan.
Well, yeah, I mean he wrote, he produced it, he starred in it.
Ugh, God.
Did you see that he basically financed it? He sold his house to finance the film.
That's dumb.
Well, I hope he enjoys living in a carton from now on.
I'm IMDb.
He's gonna be living in that fucking outhouse that
Yeah.
that dude Ryan was in.
That was the worst. This was fun though, right? In a weird fucking way.
No, it wasn't.
fine.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
Not.
No,
Let me tell you something. 6 minutes into this movie.
It was fun for like 15 minutes.
6 minutes into this movie, I wanted to hang myself.
Exactly.
Who
6
decided?
minutes?
Who picked this movie?
Watch it again.
Who picked this movie?
This is all Wolfie's
I
fault.
picked it.
Wolfie?
Yeah.
I had to boon you right in the fucking mouth.
You've been booned.
You've been booned.
Jesus.
You're welcome.
Christ.
You're welcome.
I liked this movie up until the last little bit.
The end of the opening credits.
The action scenes were not good. Like
No,
the
they're
end fights and stuff like that were not good. Like, you're not even putting them up against anything else in its own setup. Like that's all this movie had to do was have good action scenes, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
And
Like,
it proves that I mean, as a fighter, as a bounty hunter, as a fighter, he's not very good. Boone, I'm talking about.
yeah, he
Denny
gets his
and
ass
Kat,
kicked, yeah.
the characters of Denny and Kat are more capable of beating up people than he is.
But they actually say that in the movie that he was a lousy fighter.
Oh,
They actually say that.
Did they?
When
I don't know.
When
I
he
was
was fighting
zoning.
the pair, they say these guys are trained. You need to boon them.
Yeah, but-
Meaning he just jump
Did
around. doing
Aries
this
just
stupid
say you
shit.
need to boon them?
or something to that effect,
I
which
know.
essentially just jump around, act like an idiot, and
Yeah.
fall on them.
But none of the fights were good in this movie, no matter
No,
who did
no.
them. Like regardless of what their level of skill was supposed to be, it was like really. It just seemed like an extended TV pilot. I watched this once. I actually reviewed this on the show before, which is crazy that this movie is getting fucking 2 reviews. But I couldn't do it this time. Like, I couldn't get all the way through. Like, it just didn't like. So
Then you never saw the amazing ending.
I just fucking said I had watched it and reviewed it once on the show.
Oh,
You were
okay.
looking.
All right.
You were looking directly at me.
Yeah, but you didn't see it though.
Yeah.
You don't know what happened.
I don't care. All right, go.
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess the guy who plays Boone, I mean, he could be a pretty decent stuntman.
He's not a good actor.
Or Russell.
No, he's not a good stuntman
He's a good
or
no, he's
actor.
great in the ring. Like I think he's excellent in the ring. I'm actually surprised that he's never gone back to the WWE because he's had such good success outside of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
with Lucha Underground, and obviously he's in Impact. He's done a bunch of indie stuff as well. So yeah, I would imagine he's pretty in high demand in a lot of these, a lot of indie feds. So,
I mean, I knew that this movie was going to be really, really, really cheap when I realized that the character of Ryan, Jonathan Lipnicki, the littlest vampire, the littlest Lipnicki, he's like this, he's like the son of a cocaine, crack, heroin dealer. So he's loaded with money. He's got all these drugs. He's surrounded by a bevy of babes.
a bevy of babes.
A bevy of babes, and they always make it look like he's about ready to kiss a girl. Then they cut it short, and it's like
He never actually kisses anyone.
he never gets to kiss anybody because he was fucking in Jerry Maguire and The Littlest Vampire and shit like that, and that's all people remember him as.
And
he was
Stuart Little.
and he was freaky looking then, and he's freaky looking now, and I mean Richard Tyson. What the fuck is Richard Tyson doing?
I love Richard Tyson.
Richard Tyson is
Tyson's getting
awesome.
paid. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I do like Richard Tyson. I've always liked Richard Tyson, and just the way oh Christ, look at him. Just the way fuck shut that shit down.
I just showed pictures of Jonathan Lipnicki when he was a kid.
And just the way
All head.
the way Richard Tyson's character meets his end
Oh yeah.
is has got to be one of the most insane, ridiculous, hackneyed, bizarre, stupid,
Yeah,
lazy,
It is so bad.
childish,
No,
immature.
Zero. Tell everyone what they do, though. Tell everyone. Spoil
Yeah,
it.
you
Tell
could just spoil it.
Yeah, what the yeah. All right, so he's in a helicopter. He's got his pilot. He's in the helicopter. He's blasting away on with a pistol. Okay, with a fucking pistol. And by the way, this movie has more arm shots than anything I've ever seen before. There's no body shots, just arm shots with bullets. So he's firing away. The character of Denny, he sends up a drone that has a
He tapes a grenade.
he tapes a grenade onto the drone, and he flies it towards the helicopter, and Richard Tyson's character starts losing his shit. He's like, no, and you could see this fucking drone with the grenade on it. Which, by the way, if you were Richard Tyson's character, you wouldn't be able to see it. So what is he freaking out about? And it just like hovers itself towards the helicopter, and the helicopter looks like it's made out of cardboard. Yeah. And the damn thing explodes all over the place. It's a piece of shit. Oh my god.
Bad, yeah. My favorite scene though. Do you remember the scene where he was fighting the two guys in the barn and he gets thrown into the thing with the pig, and then all of a sudden everything gets really bad CG.
Yeah, Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, that was just weird. Like
When the pig came after him?
the pig, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked me up a little bit.
It fucked you up a little bit.
Yeah.
One thing I did love about this movie was how like everybody that was in it was like in something else. So you were like, oh, that's Dominique Swain. I remember her from the Lolita remake.
Yeah.
And then it was like the kid that played Denny was he was Kevin on Supernatural. So he was on like a season and a half of Supernatural. And then the girl that was the blonde that was driving the van, she's the voice of the sister on Rick and Morty.
No shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was bothering me.
And also, it shows like Erica Eleniak as Erica Eleniak.
Oh yeah, and Kevin Sorbo as Kevin Sorbo.
But meanwhile, with Eleniak, you don't even realize it's her because she is in and out of frame so fucking fast.
Yeah.
And I will say that the Kevin Sorbo thing I did have a good time with because.
No, I thought that was funny, and actually, if there was more of that sort of like tongue-in-cheek humor, I think it would have been better.
Yeah, I thought it was really. I thought that was entertaining.
Yeah,
that's my problem with it, Wolfie, is that like they couldn't decide if they wanted it to be a comedy or if they wanted to be serious. Because like I sat down and watched it, and I put it on, and you see Kevin Sorbo running up the street, and then you see Johnny Mundo running behind him, and the first thing I was like, why is this guy not wearing a shirt?
And then he's like surfing on a fucking trash
Surfing
barrel.
on the trash barrel.
See, all I pictured was like Derek Rook. That's what he does look on like a Monday.
Yeah. Like that part, I was in on this.
Yeah.
Me too, that whole first season. And it's like, but then they like, you see that it was like a show, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I get what they're going for. They're going tongue in cheek with this. It's like this over the top like thing. But then it like gets serious, and like there's like they kidnap the kid, and like they go down to Mexico and show how like this guy's like killing all the Mexican workers and like all this, and he's got the entire town on lock, and it just like they lost, like if they had been able to keep that like air of humor with it, it would have been more enjoyable, because it just gets like more and more grating, because it's like, I know get it, you can jump over things and like you can do flips, and that's cool, but like you're like a black hole of charisma.
Yeah, he really is, and
he is so full of himself. You just hate the bastard, and.
Well, it's a character.
Well, I mean, I don't mind parodies. I love parodies, but parodies have got to be done right. This is a parody that's done wrong.
It's supposed to be a parody, though, Rich.
See, I thought it was. I thought it was. I was
a parody of
that
what?
This was
of
dog.
Dog.
Although, I see. Okay.
Although the story kind of like in a weird way, it has some parallels to the dog story.
And I'm sure that was part of it,
Yeah, but this guy doesn't even act like a bounty hunter. There's nothing.
No, he's just trying to be like an
obtaining,
action star,
like obtaining papers to capture these criminals or anything like that. There's none of that.
You want a more police procedural out of this?
That's really what it was. But I really felt this was more of a really, really poor parody of Dog the Bounty Hunter. I mean, and parodies got to be done right. Like Blazing Saddles. That's a parody that's done right. But a movie like
Schindler's List, that's a parody that's done right.
Yes,
I agree. And but like Beautician, Beautician and the Beast is a parody that's not done right.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And and I know. I still got the bleach pouring into my eyes. And Robin Hood Men in Tights is a parody that's not done right. This was just bad. After 5 minutes, I just wanted to pour more bleach into my eyes and then swallow strychnine.
What's strychnine?
Yeah.
Strychnine. Strychnine. Who cares? As long as it kills me.
Dr. Strychnine.
You know, and you know, I mean, oh Jesus. But no, I mean, Kevin
Jesus has
Sorbo.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
I know.
Lorenzo Lamas was in it.
Yeah, as the barkeep. Yeah,
He was
with,
terrible.
with the huge ass scar on his
He's
face.
terrible in this. Yeah.
Johnny Mundo, and he's like, hey man, what's up with your scar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, and too many wisecracks coming at
And
this
they're all
guy.
bad though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a 10th grader made him up or something. It's so why is this movie made?
I don't know. Come on. I love the pep talk or the parental advice he gave the kid.
Oh, fuck that kid.
That was great. And wear a Jimmy hat and be good to your parents.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got apparently they couldn't hold on to Rampage Jackson for too long.
Yeah.
So they had him at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie.
Oh, the scene at the end where he was like giving like Boone like directions on what to do was so fucking stupid.
Oh my god. And he's like, "Yeah, Boone.
Yeah.
You just got boom.
Yeah.
So bad.
And we saved the series. Yay!" Oh my god.
I also like that they tried to set up a sequel.
Yeah.
That fucking drone into the fucking helicopter. My god. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. You know, the effects on that are on par with the house catching on fire at the end of Orgasmo. But at least that was funny. You could tell that was a joke, you know?
I'm Shota Boy.
A hand grenade on a drone. I really don't think that's that far-fetched for this movie. I don't think that's the most absurd thing. Being how this movie was, a hand grenade on a drone, I'm completely fine with that. Being that we saw someone get decapitated by a drone in a previous movie.
Or a leprechaun riding one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Look, it's fine. It's I'm fine with a grenade on a drone, provided that it works well.
It did. For this movie,
was
it did.
so sloppy. I get what you're saying, and it makes sense in that weird way. It makes sense.
I mean,
but after a while, but after 80 minutes of this, and that's a long 80 minutes to get to this point.
That's true.
Oof. I think viewers deserve a little better than that.
No, I think that was exactly what
What
was
they
should have happened.
deserved.
You're
earned.
gonna blow up a helicopter? That's exactly how this should have happened in this
Oh
movie.
God, the way that. Oh my God. It's almost like it's almost as if Raven Shadow directed this movie.
I'm writing the sweet sequel.
This movie was essentially the A-Team and Renegade.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me read a comment in the chat room. This is from Hankus Pankus, who I think Raven Shadow knows. It's what was her previous name? Marianne.
Oh,
I think it's the same person. And says this movie made me nostalgic for my 20s when I'd come home drunk from bars and turn on the TV, where the only shows on were super low production crime dramas like Dark Justice.
yes.
That I can see. I mean, this was bad like that, like those flicks.
The bullet hits his name tag. Oh, that's what I call a headshot. Ugh.
It was his Junior's bounty hunter badge he gave the kid. That's very important.
Ugh.
Welcome, America.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh my
But no,
God.
I mean, it ain't fucking Casablanca, right?
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
It ain't,
No.
It ain't,
But it's not even like
No, it's not.
you
it's
know,
not even
but-
like the lowest of lows.
No, you know what? For what this movie was, for what I was expecting, I got exactly what I
Thank
got
you,
what I
Aries.
wanted.
Yeah.
This was just a very B movie, action, just fight scenes. They weren't promising anything beyond that.
Calling it a B movie is giving it way too much
No.
praise.
Is this gonna be the next Miami Connection in 20 years?
Yes. Yeah, you're not fucking smart enough to understand it
could
like Aries
be.
and I do.
It could be.
But no, I mean, but look at the fucking the poster or the image, wherever you're gonna find where images are shown. It's exactly what you're getting. You're not getting. There's no surprises there.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to like it.
Oh well, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
If your expectations are low, and they stay that way because the way the movie is run, then what are you supposed to do? I mean, what are you supposed to find things you like? Pick little.
It's
things
your
here
fault
and
for
there?
having expectations, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sitting here trying to say everyone's going to love this movie. Everyone needs to sit down and watch this movie. But if you're just looking for a mindless movie that's just 80 minutes of just fighting, yes, watch this movie. Because this, a lot of these fight scenes were high-risk fight scenes. Like, you know what? A lot of people in
High
this
risk,
room,
low reward.
a lot of people watch wrestling, and it's a lot of high-risk maneuvers in that. I mean, granted, this was they had time to stage them, film them, redo them, but it's a lot of the same thing. I mean, you had a wrestler performing these, so...
And Chavo Guerrero, what the hell?
What was that
I mean,
about?
first Eddie dies, and now he's in this movie. What the fuck?
Yeah, where was Chavo? Was
Yeah, but he was only in the end credits.
He was still in it.
I know, but it's like his part got cut, so they decided to still keep it.
Wait, this is Chavo Senior, right?
Chavo
Junior.
Jr. Yeah.
Junior was it? All right, but
Yeah.
was Senior in it?
No.
No.
I thought we were talking about this last week. Sorry, so Chavo Junior was in the end credits.
Yeah, it was in the end credits. Yeah.
Ugh, first Eddie and then this.
But I even thought I know of when he wrestled. I wasn't watching wrestling at that time.
I mean, he was the gobbledygooker, and now he's in this movie.
No, but I didn't know. I knew
Poor
what
Chavo.
John Morrison.
Poor Chavo.
John Morrison was he went by, right?
Yeah, it was Johnny Nitro in the tag team M&M.
Okay, that's
Uh,
right.
It was Mercury Nitro Molina. I think that's why they called him M&M. And then after that, he went solo and then changed his name to John Morrison.
Gotcha.
Is he with the Nexus too, wasn't he?
This is John Morrison.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. No, I don't think he was in Nexus. No,
Oh yeah.
because he wasn't part of that.
Okay.
He was in Tough Enough in like 2003. He won Tough Enough,
Oh, okay.
so he predated that by a lot.
But some of that fucking shit he was doing, like I thought some of it was like CGI when he was running like with his hands on the fucking cars.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
that's
That was-
parkour. That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy stuff.
Yeah, and then they're showing at the end of the movie like the Jackie Chan outtakes and stuff. Was like, oh, that was
Yeah.
And you know
That was
what?
cool.
I knew that when this movie got really bad, and it was bad throughout. Even the end credits was a fucking joke and a fucking disaster. Even the end credits, because
Why?
because well, I forget what she was called. But she was listed as Busty Fan, and she got like 5th billing in this movie.
The girl who.
Yeah, but if you would watch the beginning, as they were presented in the order they appeared in the film.
Is it in order of appearance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they said. That was printed in order of appearance.
All right.
Yeah, but still, Bill, it's fucking stupid.
It is stupid though.
Let me
think
pose
about
this to you guys, because over the last couple of years, we've watched a lot of the WWE movies. Like, is this any worse than like that Dolph Ziggler one where he was a cop, or like
Right.
Lockdown 3 with Dean Ambrose?
The only difference is that those movies probably look slightly better because they probably have a little bit more money, and maybe I was gonna say more star power, but not necessarily.
But for what
But
it's
they're
worth,
not much different now.
Ziggler is a far better actor.
Yeah.
Far better.
He's way more likable.
More charisma. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. This is what it is though, and obviously I don't think any of us were expecting anything fucking great. So
Apparently, Rich was.
yeah.
Well, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't see any trailers. I just saw what the synopsis was, and I was thinking, okay, I'll watch it. 5 minutes
it's
in,
called
I was
Boone the
in for a
Bounty Hunter.
long evening.
I'm sorry. The title "Boone the Bounty Hunter" wasn't a clue that it was not going to be Shakespeare.
I wasn't expecting Shakespeare, but I wasn't expecting this.
What were you expecting? then?
I keep my expectations on the level. It might be good, it might be bad. I don't know. I keep it very, 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 very level, very 50-50. It could go either way. 5 minutes in, it was terrible.
I'm sorry. 50. That's you. I don't understand how you can be 50-50 with expectations. I mean, you
What's the percentage?
yeah. Well, no, because I mean, you're watching a movie. You got to have some idea what it is. It's not just a 50-50.
No, I have no idea what it is. I don't know what it is until I see the blurb as to what it's about.
And then it's
I don't
50,
watch, like I
50.
said, I don't watch a trailer.
I don't understand the 50-50. I'm having trouble with that.
Level, oh my God. Really? Are we going to get to this?
Yeah, no, we're gonna.
Into what? I'm asking a question. I don't understand 50-50.
It 50-50. It could be good, it could be bad. I'm right in the middle right now.
So you go into every single movie just completely neutral. You have no
Yes.
no expectation.
Ones that I haven't seen, you're talking about.
So when
no,
you
no, a movie you haven't seen yet, you go in with zero expectation.
Zero.
So you're telling me that you had the same expectations for Boone the Bounty Hunter as you do for the new Avengers movie?
Oh no, that's a bad example for him.
Yeah. Don't even talk about the new Avengers
all right,
movie.
so you
Jesus
had the
Christ.
same expectations in Boone as you did for Beautician and the Beast. Right?
Let's make it a little easier. I went into this movie neutral, as I did.
Yeah, you're chaotic.
As I did with last week's movie. Okay. I went into it neutral. Okay. And that's just how I roll. That's how I do it.
I don't believe you.
Well, that's too bad.
But I think though, I mean, you kind of can't. You think you know what you get, and sometimes you can judge a book by its cover, right?
No, not Rich.
No,
Not MZ. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's like, this could be an indictment on society and a black and white film noir, or it could be about a big fucking dude who's a bounty hunter.
No, because if I go into a movie with low expectations, and it turns out to be really terrible, say like this, then I'm going to be saying to myself, well, shit, well, first of all, you're fucking me up.
Don't look at him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Stop looking at me.
I heard you started dating.
Look, the point is that I just go into every movie neutral. It's just the way I do it.
I don't believe you.
Yeah,
I don't believe you.
I don't
either.
believe you.
I think-
Otherwise, you would not read the synopsis, because reading the synopsis.
Well, I'd like to know what the movie's about.
So you know what you're getting into.
That doesn't-
So
I
you
mean,
can create an opinion before you see it.
The synopsis here tells me what I need to know.
That it's going to be a bad movie.
I'm sorry, Bill.
I'm
No,
not
good.
sorry, Bill.
It's all good.
Don't be sorry. Be quiet.
All right, I want to just wrap this up.
Yeah.
There's not much more to say about this. So, I hate to keep busting on it, but this is a really bad script as well. Like, some of the one-liners are just, oh man, like,
And there's a lot of them.
yeah.
There's plenty
Oh,
to
there's
choose
so-
from.
And also the music was so generic as well.
Yep.
It was a bad AC/DC cover band.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He had some Boone theme songs.
I know.
They were
I,
on.
Yeah,
I
it
love
was-
the song at the end.
Yeah.
You fucking guys.
They're fucking good.
Oh man. All right. So, anyone else have anything they wanted to get at about this before we head to a verdict? No. All right. Well, I guess we should go to the verdict.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right. It is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. Raven Shadow.
Listen, I had fun with this. It was exactly what I was not 50-50. I kind of knew exactly what we were going to get. And I enjoyed it, once again, from a perspective of, it was mentioned about coming home late at night, and that's what was on TV. I think it was action better than like a Sedaris picture. I mean, it could have used some more nudity.
Sure. He could use some more nudity.
It's saying, Miami, what the fuck, the Julie Strain flicks. That'd have been awesome. But no, I like TV's Renegade and that kind of shit. It's once again, it's not high art, but I had a fun time. I like the cheesy one-liners. I like Boone. He wasn't supposed to be. anything but. He's supposed to be a live act, like if the Tick was a bounty hunter, like he's a cartoon in a cartoon world. He's actually more reserved than what Dog the Bounty Hunter is in real life. But it was fine. Is it gonna make my top 13?
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Probably will.
Yeah, it is. That's fair.
Plans are
If it does, I will stab you with this Sharpie.
plans are for goobers.
Yeah, they are. Who needs that? Once again, it was fine. It was fun. It's all, am I going to watch it again? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You can keep going. Like,
Son of a bitch.
did I love this movie? Well, yes. Am I going to watch this on Samurai Night? Yes. Am I going to watch it tonight? Yes.
It met your intellectual prowess.
Yeah, this is right in your fucking wheelhouse.
Yeah, no, it's
This is
fun.
perfect for you.
They have an Indiegogo account. You want to give them some money?
What's it? What's it? How do you go Boone?
Go Boone.
Go Boone. Is this a trick or a treat? Do I think this is a treat?
Yes.
Fuck you, man.
All right, Aries.
You son of a
Oh
bitch.
my god! I mean, this movie, this does not misrepresent itself at all. If you read the synopsis, if you watch the poster, if you've seen any other cinema in your entire life, you know this movie is going to be bad, but it's going to be that good kind of bad. You know what? Smoke a joint, drink some whiskey, sit down, and just fucking watch a movie that's just a fucking bad movie that has a lot of fighting in it and a lot of bad one-liners.
Yeah, to be fair, I did take 2 edibles.
And I watched this stone sober, and I was just like, this was so much better stone.
Oh, you gotta come over, dude.
And well, I haven't smoked dope in years.
Like, you eat it now.
But I can
Jesus.
I can understand that this movie would be
Yeah.
that much better stoned.
It helps.
What are you talking? When's the last time you were stoned? Have you ever been stoned?
When's the last time you had some Primo Ganj?
Yeah, when the kids threw rocks at him in fucking grade school.
It's been a long time. It's been a long, long time.
It's,
But yeah, I mean,
it's
this-
legal now.
Yeah, this movie is not. This is not Schindler's List. This is not Shawshank Redemption. This is just fucking mindless entertainment. You want, and it's fighting. There's no There's one explosion, but it's just fighting, high impact. People jumping on each other. Old school A-team. You want to knock someone out, you jump on them.
Yeah, they're really jumping, too.
So this movie is barely a treat.
All right, MZ.
I'm gonna keep this really, really short. So far, this is the worst film of the year. This is a trick.
You're not 50-50 on it?
I am 0-100. This is an absolute trick. I mean, it barely passes for a party film.
What about a late night drunk film?
Oh boy.
All right, Bill.
Well, I'm a sucker for anything that's got a wrestler in the lead role.
Yeah.
But I agree with Ares and Raven Shadow to a point. I agree with Zero to a point. It's a treat, but it's like barely it's better than like what was that one we did that had the Big Show and Dean Cain in it?
Oh, that was
Big Fat Dean Cain.
oh shit, what was that called? Lockdown or something?
No,
Or-
it's called Vendetta. It was called
Vendetta.
Vendetta.
That's it.
Yeah.
Vendetta,
The
yeah.
Soska
It was
sisters
better
did
than
it.
better than Vendetta. Not as good as 12 Rounds 3 with Dean Ambrose.
Oh, shit.
Or the Marine 6.
I actually like the Marine movies. I think the Miz. I like the Miz. Yeah,
me too.
But it's fine. It's my favorite line in the whole movie though was when he put the fucking kid in the porta potty, and then knocks the porta potty over in the middle of like the Mexican desert, and the kid somehow survives throughout the day.
Yeah.
And then he comes back to get him, and he's like, "Who's out there? I'll give you $10,000 to get me out of here." And he punches in the little window, and he goes, "10,000? I got leather pants that cost more than that."
It's brilliant.
MZ just put the fucking helicopter blowing up with the grenade drone.
Oh.
It's better than Van Helsing.
And he had a clear shot of that grenade. He had every right to panic.
All
I
right.
like how it bounced off the helicopter, too.
I don't know where did Mars go?
I think he left, yeah.
Oh, nice of him to
Stuff
say
is-
bye.
Yeah, stuff isn't here.
Well, he didn't want to ruin the flow of this great review.
And I did want to film a promo, so that's too bad. maybe we'll do without him.
Well, maybe
so
do a virtual reality of him.
So this is a trick for me. It's pretty much what I expected, a really poorly made action film featuring John Hennigan. It's hard to recommend this to anyone except for like big fans of John Hennigan. So if you're a big fan of Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, Johnny Nitro, whatever you want to call him. Kevin Sorbo. Any of those folks we named, Quentin Rampage Jackson, then check it out. But it's just not a good film. It could be. I could see in a like a party atmosphere, like with a bunch of as Raven Shadow likes to say, 2-3 dudes.
Yeah, a couple guys over.
I could see this being somewhat entertaining.
Got a lot of dudes in my house.
Yeah, exactly. But otherwise, it's not very good.
Am I the only one who thought that Richard Tyson in the hat kind of looked like a young Terry Funk?
That's fair.
I could see that now that you say it. Sure.
That dude was kind of like Richard Tyson. Like I didn't realize it was fully him until the
He
end credits.
did look like a young Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that like the hat that he had didn't match any of the clothes.
Yeah.
He had this like brown hat and like a black jacket.
Yeah.
I'm watching the scene of the drone hitting Boone's helicopter, and I cannot see the grenade on the drone at all.
Who fucking cares?
Well, I do.
You're going to split hairs about that.
Yeah.
Well, there was the scene too where the Asian girl was and the blonde girl were having the fight. In the beginning of the scene, she's got her microphone like up her back, and then the next scene she doesn't.
Yeah.
So
continuity wasn't the strong suit of this fucking movie.
Well, you know what? One thing I didn't know about this movie going in, and that makes me respect it a little bit more, is that he financed this.
Yeah.
I mean, he put himself out there for this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's not the best movie, but he took a risk. This was his.
Well,
this was his what he thought was going to be his opportunity.
And that's why that's why I do kind of relate it in a way to Miami Connection. It's not as good as Miami Connection, don't get me wrong, but YK Kim kind of same deal. Like I think he remortgaged his house and took all of his money, sunk it into the movie, and then it didn't and it didn't do well. And I don't know about this one. I mean, in the VOD industry, like with the way VOD is, like you never know. Like who knows if it did well or not, but chances are it's gonna. It was on Netflix. It actually just left Netflix. Raven Shadow.
Oh, it was on there, right?
It was, yeah. It just left like last week.
Okay.
But it is on to get on VOD. So.
No, I mean it's an admirable thing if you can finance your own film. I mean that in itself is,
sure,
an accomplishment right there.
Hats off. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's a movie, and it mostly makes sense, and
it took 5 years to make.
There you go.
But when you have
no joke, took them 5 years to make this movie.
But when you have people like Erica Alagnac, who was at one time a somewhat big star, back in her Baywatch days.
Well, she was in Baywatch. She was a girl in The Cake and Under Siege. I mean, I don't know.
Well, she was also in E.T. as well. So there's that.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
and don't forget Playboy.
Yep. But I mean, she was there for. I mean, I'm obviously there for one day.
Shadow, of course.
She was there for obviously a one-day shoot. So I mean, I can only imagine how much it would have cost to get her to do that one-day shoot. Sorbo. Maybe a 2 or 3 day shoot. Who knows?
He did like 1 day.
Yeah,
for
that was a 1 day.
That was like,
you think
Corbin Burnson was a 1 day.
Yeah, that was like 2 hours.
Yeah, Corbin Burnson was a 1 day, but it's those. But it's
cool.
Does
it's cool
having
to have those names.
I suppose if they were relevant.
Yeah, but you just to be able to say people know Kevin Sorbo, people know Corbin Burnson. Like you have people in your film that people know. You can say, hey, I have these people in my film.
And
That's
all
a
of
cool
those,
thing.
they were all just cameo roles too. So it wasn't like they were leaning on the acting stylings of Kevin Sorbo for the film,
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for Boone the Bounty Hunter. We're going to say goodbye to Bill in just a sec, but then we're going to come back and we'll talk about what we're doing next week because episode 350 is next week. Now. It's funny, Bill. I think I know probably what you guys feel as you get further along. The milestones just don't really like. It's like whatever.
Yeah, no, it's the major ones. Like I think like 500 was a big deal.
Yeah.
but like 550 is nothing. Like
Yeah.
we always like to celebrate. We'll celebrate we do like the yearly when we hit another year.
Yep.
And then when we hit like maybe like the next one, we might maybe 600. We'll maybe do something. But like now I'm like looking at like really like unless we get to like 1,000, really, there's not like
Yeah.
like, welcome to episode 725.
So tell folks what's going on over at OTC. I know you guys. Do you have a theme month coming up in May? I think.
Yeah, we might be doing some shifting on some stuff, but we're going to be doing. I'm really looking forward to doing it. We're going to do a month of Is It Still Funny, where we're going to take a look at a large chunk of those films from the last, like, I don't know, 15, 20 years of comedies that people just lost their shit over at the time, but does it still hold up? So we're going to go back and we're going to look at stuff like Anchorman and like Wedding Crashers and like Old School and Step Brothers and like all those comedies that like made fucking huge money at the box office for the first like 2 weeks when they were released, and then like kind of like just kind of fell back. And like, does that stuff still hold up? Like when you watch Austin Powers, is it still funny?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a month of that, which is
that's cool.
Kind of outside of what we normally do, and we're gonna really try to have some fun with it, because I feel like we've done a lot of darker stuff for the last like 6 months. So let's try to have a good time,
I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be really cool. I think it's a great idea.
I'm definitely down for that.
Cool.
That sounds like it could be fun.
So everyone go check out Outside the Cinema if you haven't already. But obviously if you've listened to the show for any length of time, you know that Bill's our boy, and we tell people to go check him out all the time. So go listen to Outside the Cinema, and also what's going on with Survival of the Film Freaks, Bill? Obviously, aside from the Indiegogo being funded, any other news coming up about screenings or anything like that?
Yeah, well, we obviously got the screening with you guys in a couple weeks. Yep. We have 3 screenings. Let me make sure I get the dates right here. 3 screenings coming up in Phoenix as part of the Phoenix, I think the Phoenix Horror Sci-Fi Film Fest, I think is what it is, if I'm not mistaken. But let's just double check here. Starfest is what it's actually called. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Denver. We have a screening at Starfest in Denver on. Why would the date be here?
Of course, it's not there.
Well, why would it be here? Saturday, April 27th at 7 p.m. Starfest in Denver, and then we have got 3 screenings as part of the Phoenix Film Fest, is the overall governing body, but we are part of the sci-fi horror part of it. And we've got 3 different screenings on the week of Tuesday, April 9th. I don't have 3 straight ones here, but there's 3 different screenings as part of that. And you can just go to their website, just go to Phoenix Film Fest. And I think that's the only stuff that we have planned. We just had those VisArt ones last week that went over really well. And then hopefully we'll have the Blu-rays and the DVDs end of May or so is when we're hoping to get them. And if you pre-order one, we're gonna start shipping as soon as we get everything. So
nice.
It's a matter of just kind of getting all the moving parts together, because we got to get the T-shirts, the posters, the cassettes, the Blu-rays, and the DVDs all done up, because we don't want to start sending things separately. But we're pretty much ready to go with everything, man. We just got to hit the printers and get the stuff done, and get them out there. And then hopefully if there's whatever we have left, we'll get some on Amazon. I know we're sending some different video stores, and just kind of like then get started on the digital release, which we're not really sure exactly how that's going to work yet. We're looking at a couple of different deals right now. But it's, again, trying to do everything on our own terms. So we will see.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to see what else is going to be happening with it. And I'm excited to, obviously see you guys and to see the movie again in a couple weeks. So
yeah, I'm psyched, man.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. So everyone out there, if you haven't yet, go help fund the Indiegogo, and you
especially
can
Raven Shadow.
Yeah, especially Raven Shadow.
I can't wait.
Bill, can I just slip you like an Abe Lincoln?
Now, Raven Shadow, I don't want you to get too excited when he said video store. You can't go rent this at Blockbuster.
Why?
No. There's only one Blockbuster left in the world.
In Alaska.
It's in Alaska.
Yep. Yeah. So, all right, Bill, thanks for hanging out so long, man. I know it was a long night of podcasting. And
All good.
everyone should go check out the episode that we did, the top six favorite wrestling matches that we did over on OTC. It's going to be up on the Patreon soon, and then we'll hit the feed eventually. So go check that out. And Bill, we appreciate it, bud, and we'll be seeing you in about a week and a half.
Anytime, dudes. It was good hanging with everyone except for Raven Shadow.
Hey, you don't mean that.
Bring him some pickles.
Yes, lots of pickles will be flowing on the
Everyone
on the 12th.
bring him pickles.
Yes, everyone bring. There you go. It'll be Touch My Pickle.
Ooh.
That's the photo op.
Yeah, you want to play, Johnny?
No.
Come on.
All right, let's say bye to Bill, and then we'll head to a break, and we'll be back in just how long, MZ?
2 and 2.
All right, Bill. Take care, bud.
Have a good one, guys.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites. Available on iTunes, Google Music, Amazon, CD Baby, and all other digital distribution sites.
Trick or Treat Radio is the greatest podcast ever invented. The spelling is very bad. I'm not sure who wrote this. And the Deadites, is that a company that procures houses? The Deadites. Oh, it's the Deadites. The Deadites are a fantastic musical act. That is what I was supposed to say. And there you go. There it is. Cheeseburger. Remember to rent The Fly, because that's a good movie for making love to.
Jeff Goldblum, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we can get you on the show again sometime soon.
I will be Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics,
Like comics.
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
Trick or Treat Radio, man. That's where it's at. That's the new Fangoria Radio.
right, we are back on Trick or Treat Radio. We're going to start to wrap things up a little early because, you know what? Next week is episode 350.
Dang nabbit, man.
Which, as we said, as the milestones get more plentiful, they kind of mean less and less. But regardless, so we don't have anything big, huge planned, but we have something super, super fun. At least I think so. I think, I don't know if you guys even know what we're doing next week yet.
Strippergram?
Maybe if MZ
Fucking seen it.
will do it.
You could touch it for $30.
Touch his pickle.
Fucking gherkin off.
Oh, with that, we're gonna do the Gurk off. Should we do?
What's a gherk off? Well, I think I know what it is, but
Gherkin.
yeah,
Pickle.
yeah. That's why I did the joke. That's why
Right. I know.
okay.
So why don't you understand what a Gurk off is then?
So what, like we all have competition,
Use your fucking imagination.
Just you two.
but make it sexy, and then say, "Oh, what a lovely tea
Me and Johnny
party."
will leave the room.
Yeah, you and MZ will have a Gurk off.
John's gonna film it. He's a fucking perfectionist.
That's true. I have to film it, unfortunately.
You're gonna need a long lens.
I do. I have a fucking wide angle.
Oh, that's a fucking promo.
Look at this thing.
With the green screen.
It's
flowing.
anamorphic, actually.
Ooh.
You don't know what that means, though.
Yeah, the anamorphic Power Rangers. Mighty anamorphic Power Rangers.
You do know what it means.
I do know it. Yeah, it's like, I'm all into that. I like Tommy.
Tommy.
He was the Green Ranger.
It's because he looked like you.
I said yes.
All right, so next week, we got some cool stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 films. Sorry in advance. One of them is really short, okay? So we're going to do 2 films with 2 different podcasts.
Shit.
First up, we're doing a film called The Headhunter. And who better to join us for a fantasy-themed horror movie than the guys at the fucking Cromcast? Huh? Right?
Yeah.
Very good.
So The Headhunter, it's I believe it's coming out this Friday on VOD. Let me just pull it up real quick.
Is it Boone the Headhunter?
No. Look at the poster, though, huh?
That's fucking cool.
So
It's like Ares. Back in the
it does
day.
look like Ares, yeah. So the synopsis, a medieval warrior's gruesome collection of heads is missing only one, the monster that killed his daughter years ago.
All right, sold.
Okay.
So it's a fantasy horror. Hour and 12 minutes. 72 minutes, Raven Shadow. Easy peasy.
That's nice.
So you can get in and out, do it one night. You don't have to pause it and
man.
watch it the next day.
It was long.
Wake up at 5 a.m.
That was fucking rough. That was hard.
So, and it is hitting VOD on April 5th. So that'll be on Friday, April 5th. So if you guys want to check it out, play along at home, check out The Headhunter. And we're going to be joined by the boys over at the Cromcast because, like I said, there's no one better to review a fantasy horror film with us than the Cromcast. And then following that up, so we're basically going to jump right into the first review because we got the Cromcast from 9 to 10. And then from 10 till God knows when, we're going to be joined by both of the boys over at the Cult of Muscle.
Nice.
Jakey and the other one, CDR, Raven
Oh,
Shadow.
man, I haven't seen talked to the other one in a long
I
time.
know. We haven't talked to the CDR in like a long time.
Shit.
And we're going to be doing an action film called Triple Threat. You guys know anything about this movie?
There's
Absolutely
3 people in it.
nothing.
There's 3 people. That's probably a good guess that there is at least 3 people
Oh,
in it.
shit.
But
Tony Jaa, huh?
Yep, Tony Jaa. That's not all because we have Iko Uwais from the Raid
damn.
movies. We have Tiger Chen, Scott Atkins,
Oh, wow.
Michael Jai White,
Yeah.
Michael Bisping from the UFC.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's stacked. And this film, like we've known about it for a while because when we heard that Tony Jaa, Tiger Chen, Iko, and Michael Jai White were teaming up, it was like, oh my God, this is going to be fucking ridiculous. So, but yeah, so it's actually out now on VOD. It came out on, I think, last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. So it's available on VOD if you guys want to check it out. Triple Threat. And so of course, to do an action movie, we need the boys over the Cult of Muscle. So we're calling in, phoning in some podcasting friends to help us with these movies.
Some backup.
Yeah, we need some backup on this. So looking forward to it. Should be fun. Cromcast, Cult of Muscle, going to be joining us, and obviously you and your voice, if you want to get in and leave some thoughts about episode 350, whether it's about any of these films. Once again, with milestone episodes, you can just send in whatever you want. If you have like favorite memories, favorite, moments, personalities, whatever, like feel free to send in whatever you want. If you have your favorite Trick or Treat Radio lists, favorite films that we reviewed, favorite episodes, whatever, you can, that's totally up to you. We'd obviously love to hear from you guys for episode 350. So that's what's going on. Looking forward to that. And then 350 is a precursor. It leads right up to the live show because 2 days later we get the live show. So we get a lot going on. And then also I want to let folks know, just an early advance warning, that 2 weeks from tonight, so that'll be the show on April 17th. It's actually going to be a day later because I have tickets to a concert on a Wednesday. I usually don't even bother getting tickets to go see anything, but I figured it was after episode 350 and it was after the live show.
Who are you going to go see?
I'm going to go see Children of Bodom and Swallow the Sun, which I'm a big fan of them.
Swallow the Sun.
Yeah, that's vegan.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
So, and there's a couple other bands that are playing as well, but I forget. Wolfheart, I think, is one of them. So it should be cool. I'm really digging Swallow the Sun lately, so it's kind of like doomy death metal. So I'll come back with a report of the show, but it should be fun. And so we will be doing the show the day after. So it'll be Thursday, April 18th. We'll be doing the show. So it'll just be a day later. And let's see. We got some voicemail. We got two of them. They're actually from the same person. Part 1 and Part 2. But it is, unfortunately, Mars is not going to hear his son. It's Pabst. So let's hear from Pabst.
Hey guys, it's Paps, just calling in. So recently I watched all of the Star Wars films in chronological order. Now, I did exclude the holiday special and, what is it? Caravan of Courage. But, maybe I'll watch those sometime down the line.
Don't.
But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick little rundown of my my thoughts, having given this this wonderful saga a start to finish. So, first things, kicking off, Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Next. Now, I mean, that movie does have a few redeeming qualities. Like, the lightsaber duels are badass. Darth Maul, while, insanely underutilized, is a pretty cool villain. But yeah, other than that, like, man, that fucking kid who plays Anakin is, man, it's not so good with the acting. But anyways, all right, so moving on, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I always still kind of have, like, a special place for that movie. Just, being so young when I did see it sometime in, like, middle school or something like that. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely got its flaws. It's definitely got its faults. But I'd actually say that movie does have some very good parts that I do enjoy. Jango Fett's fucking cool. Seeing Yoda duel with a lightsaber is fucking awesome. I don't give a shit what people say. So, yeah, it's certainly better than the first. Moving on, Episode 3, we have Revenge of the Sith, which is actually a hell of a lot better than I remember it being. That movie is fucking dark. It's brutal. It really pushes the story along and kind of, gets everything set up for, the original 4 through 6 saga. Hayden Christensen, maybe a little bit better of an actor in that movie. But him and him and Natalie Portman were never exactly the strong suits of the Star Wars series. So yeah, I enjoyed that one too. After that, I gave Solo a watch, and I initially, when I first saw that movie, I wasn't really huge on it. I kind of watched it in two parts. Both like kind of a week apart. And my biggest complaint with that was that with Solo was that it just felt like kind of episodic, and it was just like, oh, this is how Han Solo got his name, and then this is how he got his blaster, and this is how he met Chewie, and this is how he did that, and that, and that. Yeah, but giving it a rewatch, giving it a complete watch, start to finish, I definitely enjoyed it a bit more. Still not really 100% on how I feel about the Darth Maul cameo, but I'm running out of time, so I'm going to skip to part 2.
That's pretty good. He's always good with like being cognizant of the time. I'm amazed. I probably would be horrible at that. So let's go to part 2.
All right, guys, continuing on. So after that was Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, which I fucking love that movie. That is definitely my favorite of the new movies honestly, it's my favorite Star Wars movie the past like 20 years. I fucking love it. I see people complain that like, oh, you're supposed to like care about these characters and they're gonna die, but like there's tons of movies with suicide missions where you still get invested with the characters. They're gonna die, but you still care about them. I thought like the cast was fucking fantastic. Honestly, especially kind of rewatching it. Each time I see that movie, I feel like the CGI Tarkin and Leia is, less and less jarring. I personally probably would have done something a little bit different at the very end with Leia, like maybe just like seeing her from the back or something. But like, I thought that the Tarkin one was fucking fantastic, and the guy who voiced him was great.
Yeah.
Episode 4, A New Hope, fantastic, love it. I was raised on those movies. Just fucking great. Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. When I was a lot younger, didn't love this one as much as I loved Return of the Jedi. But as I got kind of older and I guess grew up or whatever, Empire Strikes Back is most definitely my favorite Star Wars movie. It's fucking great. Even with Lucas's shortcomings as a writing dialogue, it's still fucking just incredible. After that, Return of the Jedi, love it, fucking fantastic still. Also, I figured out that in the like complete series set that I own of episodes 1 through 6, included in that is the original theatrical cuts of 4, 5, and 6, which I was very fucking happy to find out, and just so I could, not have to deal with all the awful Lucas CGI fucking shit from the 90s and 2000s. Fucking loved it. Then finally, moving on to the new ones, Force Awakens. I do really enjoy Force Awakens. I have some issues with it, just in terms of it's like, a new hope, and I feel like I've seen it before. But like it is still a really great film, and very, very well done. Great characters. And then after that, I finished off with The Last Jedi, which I have to say I liked it a lot more than the first time I saw it again. Able to kind of appreciate it a little bit more. I kind of love crotchety Luke Skywalker. Again, there's stuff that I personally would have liked to have seen it go differently, but I didn't make the movie. So that's it. Looking forward to listening, guys, and peace.
All right, Paps. Well, thanks for that rundown of the saga. Always interesting to hear, people sort of revisiting it. I actually haven't seen some of the movies in a long time. I know that they'll hold up because I just fucking love them. But, it would be interesting to see the original trilogy now that we have new films to go by. I actually didn't hate the prequels. I didn't love them as much as the original saga, but I didn't hate them,
I hated them. They were terrible.
All right, fair.
Sith is good.
They have
Sith, I think, is really good.
There's some strong points and there's definitely some low points. I will agree to that. And there's definitely more peaks and valleys in those films than the original saga. But I still think some of the high points are really good. Maybe it's not quite worth it to wait for those, but yeah. It's cool. I appreciate that, Pabst, and it's good to hear from you. Hopefully we'll see Pabst at the live show. I know he was at the last one we did, so hopefully we'll see you there, buddy.
And who knows if Mark Hamill will return for any more films now that he's doing the voice of Chucky. Well, maybe Brad Dourif will play Luke Skywalker now.
I actually love that he's doing Chucky because he is such a good voice actor. Like he is the Joker to me still. Like maybe this Joaquin Phoenix thing might be interesting, but I think that he is my Joker. Mark Hamill.
Oh, he's great. He's fucking awesome.
What did any of you guys see the Joker trailer, by the way?
I saw it.
And what'd you think?
I'm shaking my head.
Yes or no?
No.
No? How come?
Well, no, in the fact that it's just overkill on the Joker. You know, really, like from like the TV series, the '60s TV series, to 1989, we had 2 Jokers, and now we got like 2 new Jokers. I mean, that was a 30-year span, and now we got 2 new Jokers in a 30-hour span.
But who cares?
Yeah, but
I care.
How many Draculas have we had?
It's overkill.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen like it's not overkill. It's just that like it's a specific character as opposed to like a mythology, you know. Whereas like Raven Shadow said, Dracula or Frankenstein or whatever, we've seen various versions of these, but they're masked, you know, under like a different title or something like that, you know.
James Bond.
Yeah.
But why is it always the Joker? Why not like
He's a
go to the
compelling
Riddler
character.
or the Penguin? Or
It's because the Joker's the most popular villain, and he's a compelling character. I don't think a Riddler origin story would be very, very interesting, honestly. But
yeah, I mean, as of right now, I've not seen the teaser. I don't love the exact clown makeup, and I don't really.
If you see the teaser, it'll make a little bit more sense.
I saw it, and
I do like Joaquin Phoenix. I think that's a good choice, and the film it looks like it's going to be played straight. Like it looks like to me like the King of Comedy meets Taxi Driver in Gotham, and with the Joker, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
It looks like it's played to be a serious film, you know, and it's dark and I don't mean grim dark like you know like the Zack Snyder DC movies, but I mean dark isn't like gritty and like kind of hard boiled maybe, you know, like I just think it looks interesting. It's definitely a different take on it, and it looks like it could be the kind of film that like I don't know how to like quantify this, but that could like get a lot of praise for like maybe not Oscar, but like, you know, like Oscar praise, but where like normies will go see it and enjoy it, you know?
Wait, I mean, normies are going to see these superhero films.
Well, sorry, let me rephrase. Like maybe like the older crowd,
but
like
the Siskel and Eberts. Or
yeah,
like the
yeah,
world.
yeah.
Critics would.
Yeah, maybe, you know. So I just
the casual,
like the people who like Bobby De Niro's in it, you know. So maybe the people who like Bobby De Niro are gonna go fucking see
Bobby
this
fucking
movie.
D's in it.
Yeah,
that's a fucking movie. Does he fight the fucking Joker?
Now, if Bobby D was playing the Joker,
who knows? Maybe he is the Joker.
The Joker's dad, maybe, I don't know.
Batman.
Because Joaquin Phoenix, he plays the name of his character is Arthur Fleck. Bobby De Niro plays Murray Franklin.
Very, very close to Bobby De Niro. The Joker's never had a last.
Oh
never
shit!
Had a first name.
Well, okay. So I'm looking at the cast, and I kind of don't even want to mention because there's some characters who are in it that you know.
Okay. Because I know the name Napier.
Right, Jack Napier, right?
Was taken from the guy that played Alfred in the '60s TV show. Was it Alan Napier? I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But
so the Joker's never had an official like name.
Right.
You know, or real name.
So yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting to me. Obviously, it's not necessarily your thing, MZ. I know you're not like huge on superhero stuff, anyways. No. And this is not. I wouldn't even call this superhero, but
yeah, because there's no superhero involved. It's just a villain movie.
Yep.
Yeah, at least that's what it looks like.
And
from
Mark Maron's in it as well. Which
is he?
Interesting. Yeah.
Who's he playing?
Ted Marco.
Polo.
Mark Maron. No shit.
Yep.
Once again, from the jump, I don't think I want this, but I could very well be wrong. With the execution of it.
Look at the poster. Like it's very like.
I like the poster because of the fact that you get all the facial contortions in that one shot, and it's not even a profile shot. I mean, you could see the pointy nose, you could see the pointy chin.
I think it looks fucking awesome. Yeah, it's coming out October 4th too, way sooner than I thought.
Well, he got really skinny, huh?
Whoop.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got kind of skinny for this. Yeah, I think he looks awesome. I can't wait.
Interesting.
So there you go. The Joker. Or just Joker, actually, not the Joker. Joker. And it's written and directed by Todd Phillips, which is interesting because he's done, a lot of comedies.
He did the Hangover films. He did
hated
G.G. Allen and the Murder Junkies documentary.
Road Trip, Old School, Starsky and Hutch.
Didn't we just see something with him that he'd made?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, he is announced to direct the Hulk Hogan biopic, though.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. So that also should be interesting. It's crazy, like
that's
Joker to the Hulk Hogan biopic.
Untitled Hulk Hogan biopic. What do you think the title of the movie would be?
Hulk Hogan
Brother.
movie.
It's going to be
Brother.
So he goes from Joker to Brother.
Brother.
A Real American, right? Would that be what it's called?
Or a
it
Real
shouldn't
American.
be. No, it should be called Brother.
Yeah, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Dookie.
Dookie. What's that smell?
Untitled. Who plays Hulk Hogan?
Chris
Thor.
Hemsworth.
Oh,
Thor.
that's right.
Oh, you guys looking forward to Hellboy, by the way? Comes out in a week and a half. The day of our live show.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go see it. Goro's going to be in town that weekend. Maybe on
yeah.
Sunday if anyone's around.
Really?
Yeah. We'll go early, Raven Shadow.
Yes.
But yeah, Hellboy
Yeah.
looks interesting, and Shazam comes out in a couple days.
Yeah. I'm still confused. Like, am I the only one that thought the fucking Rock was gonna be in it as Black Adam?
We don't know.
I know the answer.
Maybe he is.
He's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have
thanks
you
for
spoken to The Rock?
Thanks for spoiling it.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. What do I know? I didn't make the movie. Well, he ain't in the fucking commercials.
Yeah, you probably talked to someone who saw it.
Well, I'm trying
Son
to.
of a bitch. Jesus Christ.
Well, maybe it's a hidden feature.
A hidden feature. You're a hidden feature.
Yeah, he'll be in during the end credits.
Yeah.
With Chavo Guerrero.
Chavo Guerrero.
Have Chavo Guerrero play Black Adam.
He should play fucking Captain Marvel. He's great. I love Chavo.
It's Shazam.
It's not.
DC should. I mean, they have the rights to that name, right?
Well, the thing is,
But they can't now because it.
Well, I could talk a long fucking time, but long story.
I know.
The whole deal was they could never have Captain Marvel in the title. So
Right.
basically,
even though they came first, right?
Well, correct. With Fawcett.
Fawcett Comics, yeah.
Fawcett Comics came first. DC sued them because they thought it was too much of a copy of Superman, even though one was magic-based, science-based, whatever the fuck. Eventually, when DC bought Fawcett and they wanted to use them, by that time, Marvel had done Marvel, Marvell, and they've kind of been keeping new Marvel characters over the years, with Monica Rambeau, Genesis, Marvel's clone son, yada yada yada. But they could always share them. The biggest thing was the title. That's why DC's titles were always The Power of Shazam or One Magic Word Shazam. And, but in the books, they were always,
right. They referred to him as
Captain
Captain Marvel. Yeah.
So when are we going to expect Apache Chief?
That's what I want, man. They could be outrageous.
Did anybody want? Any of you guys see the new Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Now, does he ride on a giant seahorse at all? Or?
No.
No. Fuck that noise.
He does ride on a sea creature. Was like a whale or a shark or something?
Giant beast.
But it's not a giant seahorse?
It's not a giant
No,
seahorse.
fuck that. I ain't watching that shit.
It was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Just mindless, mindless fun.
Can't even throw in a CGI giant seahorse.
There was an octopus playing drums.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. yeah. Really?
All right, I might have to take a look at that.
That's for real.
Aries, have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet, no.
All right. Maybe we'll have to see if we can get you to watch it. I'd be interested to get your opinion.
I was hoping it would pop up somewhere, but I haven't seen it yet.
Does he use sonar? And does it go like...
Watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Why don't you watch it?
I'm asking questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Are you
What if there's
50-50?
I want to see him wear yellow, orange, and green with this sonar riding a giant seahorse.
Well, we said no to the seahorse.
Yeah.
Oh, I want the sequel.
We'll make your own fucking movie.
Yeah. Why don't you make your own version?
I will.
There's a trailer for the sequel. Go check it out online.
Yeah, Aqua Zero.
No, Aquaman 2 trailer out there. Yeah, go
Is
check
there
it out.
really? Jesus Christ!
No,
I
there's
any
not.
time.
It is. It's a Shazam trailer, though.
Oh.
Hey guys, I'm Shazam.
All right, so I guess that's it. We got some cool stuff coming next week for episode 350. And if you guys want to get your voicemails in, feel free. Podcast at trickortreatradio.com. We'd love to hear from you. And anyone else have anything before we close things out?
No.
Nah.
Not really.
Not really. All right, let's go around the room. MZ.
Arrivederci, Boone bags.
You just got booned. Aries.
Goodbye.
Boone. Baby Chattel.
Live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
Boone with your mask on.
And America, you're welcome.
Remember, Boone, wherever you go, there you are. All right, well, that is going to do it for us on episode 349. Big thanks to Bill by Force from Outside the Cinema and Survival of the Film Freaks for coming and hanging out with us, and also for having us on Outside the Cinema. It's been a while since we did Wednesday Night Wars, and I'm glad we were able to make it happen again. And once again, next week, come hang out with us, especially live. You never know what's going to happen, right? You never know what's going to happen on Live Trick or Treat Radio. And next week, we will be joined by the Cromcast and the Cult of Muscle. It's going to be a fucking blast, and can't wait. So we will see you guys next week.